And we're live. We're live. We're live. Match week 6, the review. Yeah, I know I was actually supposed to do this yesterday. I was too tired. I had a long day. But I'm here, and we're here to talk Premier League match day 6. It was a hell of a match week. I think every week's going to be awesome. Results didn't go the way of City fans like myself, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans. But it is what it is. Still early times. Guys, let me know how the audio sounds actually because I was messing around with a few cables and things like that. So let me know if the audio is on point as usual. Let me know if everything's okay and so we could get along with this review. So talk to me, Palomo. TT Vossum, how are you doing? How's everybody in here? Appreciate you guys tuning into yet another one. So what I'll do in this live stream, we'll check out Champions League as well if we do have time, and we talk these 10 results. So guys, let me know how the audio sounds before we continue. I don't want to continue and then the audio is all jacked up, and I'm like, I hate when that happens. You know what I'm saying? I definitely hate when that happens. So guys, talk to me when it comes to that. If not, we will just continue. So let's do this, man. Let us do this. Also, I'm thinking, Mike, how's the audio sounding? Randall, how's the audio sounding to you guys? Talk to me. Let me know how the audio sounds, if everything is good to go. Let me know if everything's good to go. You guys are ready for the Champions League? Yeah, I know we should have been talking Champions League primarily, but we will. Okay, so audio is good. All right. So, guys, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button for the stream. Let us do this, man. Let's do this. So, Shera, he says, Ericsson produced a passing masterclass. Alan Shearer's team of the week. Let's find out. Alan Shearer's team of the week. So, for Alan Shearer, greatest Premier League goal scorer there ever was, he got Jordan Pickford in goal. Nathan Patterson, right back. Lisandro Martinez, center back alongside Max Kilman. Okay. Ryan Sessegnon, Kevin De Bruyne, Ericsson, Moises Caicedo. I wonder if he got Erling Haaland up there. Maybe it's Rashford. He probably got Rashford up there. Alexis McAllister, Marcus Rashford, and Ivan Toney. Okay. Both players scored more goals than Haaland, on the weekend. But I think it's match day 6. So, yeah, fair enough. All players were definitely standouts, you know what I mean? So you could see he has his explanation to each and every player. I like this. I actually like this, you know what I mean? Ivan Toney, sensational hat trick. The chip for the third goal show how confident he feels. Marcus Rashford, he got an explanation. I'm not going to go through all the explanations that he listed because I'm pretty sure I could come up with some of my own. So with that being said, guys, big up to everybody watching the stream right about now. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and share the stream if you could. So let's get into the results. Definitely get into the results. I'm not going to go too much into a lot of news and transfer updates today. I'll save that for the preview because with the previews, I do a bit more research. This is more reaction, to the results and everything, and just talking the results and how each team's progressing. So let's just scroll down here and let's kick it off with this game. Let's kick it off with something light. And what's light? What could we kick it off with? Let's talk Southampton Wolves. Well, this is one of actually, I didn't do too well in terms of my predictions this weekend at all. Last 2 weeks, I got 7. In consecutive weeks, 7 right. This week, I only got 3 correct, man. I didn't do good in the predictions this week at all because we had some weird results this week. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just one of those weeks, man. It is what it is. It definitely is what it is. So, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Southampton 0. And my prediction, I think I got this prediction spot on. So let me just refer to my notes really quick and I'll match week 6. I Let me see. Let me just double check that really quick. See what I predicted. I can't find my notes, but I think I got that prediction right though. So I think I put it in a different book. Yeah, I have it in a different book. Yeah, I have so many books I can't keep track of the results anymore. You know what I'm saying? The predictions anymore. I really can't. They're all over the place now. They're all over the place. But I think I got it somewhere though. Yeah, I got it somewhere. So in terms of Wolves versus Southampton, I think I got a 1-0 prediction, Nah, 2-1 to Wolves. 2-1. So I went for a 2-1 prediction. I got, the result right, but not the score line. So in this game, Daniel Podence in the 46th minute, well, which is the first minute of first half extra time, should be counted as that. And Mateus Nunes with the assist. Very good pass. And the shot where Gavin Bazunu was expecting it to be a flush, nice, clean flush shot. It was actually like a scuff shot that ended up fooling the goalkeeper. And it just, looped past him to give Wolves the only goal of the game. Che Adams did get a couple good chances to score. But apart from that, the Wolverhampton defense wasn't really tested too much there. So if we check the stats in the game, Wolves with 50% of the ball, 7 shots, 2 on target. Southampton, 12 shots, 1 shot on target. So they didn't play badly. It's just that they conceded that very, very scrappy goal. So, look, I got the prediction right. I didn't think Southampton could have put together, consistent results like, they got in their last game. And, I think I went for the right call because Wolves were actually overdue a win and they pick up their first win of the season. One thing we got to talk about, big talking point here. If you go to the starting 11, guys, Sasha Kaladzic, the new Austrian striker, Wolves paid about 18 million euros, I think, for him. He started the game. And sadly, he will be out for who knows, maybe the rest of the season with an ACL. That is really, really sad. That is absolutely sad. And I was actually saying today when I was in Michael Talks football stream, we were doing a Champions League stream, and it's just so sad that what's been happening to a lot of players, man, because you see it happen to Diego Carlos. You see it happen to Sasha Kaladzic, Mana Solomon. You see it happen to guys like Orel Mangala, Musa Niakate. Maybe those injuries aren't all season, but, for a prolonged period. And there's a few players as well that I'm not, mentioning that's out for the foreseeable future with injuries, new players. So it is just sad, man. It is just sad. So let's hope, he recovers fast and it's not all season. Let's just hope it's not all season, man, because that is quite unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate. I want to actually do a quick search and find out like how bad is the injury. So I gotta just, I want to really see how bad is the injury because, if it wasn't for Doug, I didn't watch this game. Big up to Doug, who actually make me, brought that to light. I'm actually show you an article with that from the Wolves website. So we're gonna pull that up really quick. That is big news. And this could affect Wolves for this season because their problem was actually goal scoring. They brought in Kaladzic and bam, he's gone. You see what I'm saying? It is weird, man. So the injury update. Wolves have confirmed that new signing Sasha Kaladzic suffered an injury to his ACL in the win over Southampton. So look, I'm not gonna read all of this right about now, but it was felt that his body needed a few more days to recover after he felt a pain in his groin during the warm-up, and we did not want to put him at an increased risk of injury. So I don't know. They haven't given a prognosis to say how long, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that Raul Jimenez was taken out before the game started as well, where he got injured during the warm-up. So yeah, that is tough. Very, very tough on Wolves, man. Very, very, very tough on Wolves. So Hopefully for them, they could recover from that. But also big news in terms of them recovering from that Sasha Kalajic setback is that former Chelsea and Atletico Madrid striker Diego Costa. I got to take my time. Diego Costa will sign for Wolves as a free agent on a 1-year deal. So that one is happening. And I'm actually happy to see a player like Diego Costa in the league again because he can be very, very feisty. You know, he can make the games very, very exciting, get on the defender's skin. And I'm happy to see Diego Costa in the league again, man. Wasn't expecting that at all. And hopefully he has a good season and he's not a complete flop. And he does help Wolves stay up in the league. I think Wolves will stay up. They have enough, bits and pieces, players. Sad to call them that, but guys like Podence and a few other players that's they haven't really lived up to expectation. You see what I'm saying? They score a goal here and there, but it's not like a good 10-goal haul with 6-7 assists for the season. It's just bit part players this for Wolves, in my opinion. Players haven't really done anything of note for Wolves. Sad to say, but they struggled. Earlier last season, they pulled things back together, and I think they had a very strong season. So they will be hoping that something like that happens again. So Michael Ola Peterson, Costa is always a nuisance, bro. Yep, welcome back, the legend. Donovan, big up to you. Stuttgart made a good deal to injury prone. Yeah, to an injury prone player, right? The player was struggling with some injuries and Stuttgart got rid of him. And bam, right away, man. Right away. So big up to Marcel, Dane, everybody in the chat, Palomo, Lego Dude, everybody in the chat, man. Dragon of the West, everybody who tuned in right now and who's in the chat right now. Appreciate you coming through. Hopefully, more people come through as the stream goes on. Usually that is exactly what happens. So look, just a minor setback for Ralph Hasenhüttl and Southampton. It's not a game that I saw, but I did watch the replay. But you're going to expect this from Southampton this season for sure, man. You know what I mean? You're not going to see them perform to high levels in every game, but they are a team that could actually shock you. But Wolves, I did predict them to win, and they definitely did so. So, look, in terms of the standings for Southampton, they're 12th. They do have 3 losses this season, however. Their first 6 games, 2 wins and a draw, 7 points, 12. Not bad. Wolves, with their first win, do have 6 points. They have 2 losses, 3 draws, and 1 win. So not bad either. Not bad, but they would want to be consistent and continue picking up 3 points per game. So in terms of Wolves, the next game will be a tough test, and that comes against Liverpool at Anfield. But look, for Wolves, they would go into that game confident because, teams are taking points off Liverpool these days. And then they do have Man City and West Ham, then Chelsea. So 4 tough games for Wolverhampton Wanderers. They definitely have a lot of work to do. In terms of Southampton and their schedule, their next game will be against Brentford. So we know Brentford in very good form. That's going to be a very tough game for Southampton. Then followed by one against Aston Villa. Guys, you could go on and on and on when it comes to these fixtures, but I'm not going to. If we just scroll through the 11 really quick to see if we see any players who weren't mentioning, Armel Bella Kochap, he's been doing well in the Premier League so far since he came in. Just scroll down a bit. Diallo coming in for the injured Romeo Lavia there. Who else could we touch on? Not João Pedro, but Pedro Neto got to step up his goal scoring, man. Not scoring enough goals, in my opinion. Players off the bench. Ainsley Maitland-Niles getting his first games, for Southampton there. And you could see Samuel Edozie as well, the Man City youngster, getting some game time. So I'm glad I actually went down because I didn't realize that he played in the game. I did not watch the game, and from the highlights, you don't realize these things. So I would like to see Adama Traore involved a bit more for Wolves, however, though. So let's see, if he'll get more game time in the future. So with that being said, guys, we're going to move on to the next game. And let's talk this one, man. This one was actually a very exciting game, and that's a 3-2 win for Bournemouth on the road. And I have to say, if this is what Forest are going to do in the league, they're going right back down with their 21 signings. I just want to put it out there. If this is what they're going to do, it ain't going to look good for them this season, because scoring 2 goals in the first half, going 2-0 up, and coming back to lose the game 3-2 is simply unacceptable. Poor game management by Steve Cooper and his boys here, and it is just not looking good at all for them. Seriously. They did pick up a little lucky win early in the season there against West Ham United, and apart from that, they haven't really played too well. You see what I'm saying? They did get a draw, a win, and that draw came against Everton. You see what I'm saying? And that was a late goal, and then Everton equalized through Demari Gray. But this is not good. I was actually happy for them when I saw, whoa, Forest 2-0 up, because I did predict Forest to actually beat Bournemouth. So I'm like, okay, Forest to continue, teams are going to continue to bully Bournemouth. And Forest done gone and drop points from, I predicted a 2-0 win for Forest. And from a winning position, you drop all 3. And not just 1-0, 2-0. Cheku Kuyate with his first goal for Nottingham Forest, and then Brennan Johnson with what I think is his second goal in the Premier League this season, and that came from the penalty spot. So, look, man, Lloyd Kelly with the handball there. Brennan Johnson pounce, nerves of steel. But in the second half, I don't know what went wrong here, but it just went pear-shaped. I got to say, a big shout out to Philip Billing, man. A lot of people are talking about maybe the Alexis McAllister goal and a few other, other good goals that was scored over the weekend. But this game had some brilliant goals. The Philip Billing left-footed shot, man. God damn. What a goal. I think that was not like top bins, but that actually went straight over the goalkeeper's head and like dipped under the bar. That was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous shot. And the Solanke goal in the 63rd minute, where I think I actually put Solanke. I put Morgan Gibbs-White on fraud watch. He crossed the ball in for Kuyate's goal. So, these players actually responded to what I was talking about. And then Solanke, he was on fraud watch as well. I said he needed to score. Bam with the equalizer. Spectacular, volley there, even though the defender was challenging him. Spectacular volley that came from what I think was a set piece situation. I think that came from, and then the Jaden Anthony goal, man. Jaden Anthony, a player. The first time I saw this kid, I said this is a good player. That's a good player. Came off the bench. You got to give kudos to the interim manager there. I think his name is Gary O'Neill, if I'm not mistaken. And he made a masterclass move there by bringing on Jaden Anthony late in the match. And bam, breakaway in the back of the net, man. The winner. I think Bournemouth couldn't believe what was actually happening. And you got to commend Bournemouth, for bouncing back so well after the 9-0 drubbing they received from Liverpool. 9-0, Scott Parker got sacked, and 2 games after that, 4 points. So they're not doing too bad this season. Bournemouth are 13th with 7 points. 7 points, 2 wins, the draw, and 3 losses. And even though no one's going to forget the drubbing that they got, because that's a 9-0, it's like Southampton got 9-0 twice, and no one forgets that. They never went down. And even though I predicted Bournemouth to go down, they might stay up because they 7 points, you know what I mean? 7 points for a team that gets relegated might actually be, let's say, a quarter of the points they might get. You see what I'm saying? Because a team might get relegated to get 28 points or less. You see? So they're on their way to, maybe surviving. And the team that we probably have to start worrying about is Nottingham Forest. Because even though they made a lot of signings, I predicted them to do well, be the dark horses, maybe come in 13th. they're finding it very, very hard to gel. The team has no identity whatsoever because it's just like a FIFA career mode team where you just sell all your players and buy new players, basically. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And you're hoping for the best and you take time to gel. And that's exactly what hit Nottingham Forest in this game, man. So kudos to Bournemouth for showing the belief, the determination, and the fight back, and for coming from 2-0 down to win this match, 3-2. So Nico Williams listed as man of the match there. I don't know why, but you know, in terms of stats, Forest with 53% of the ball, 11 shots at goal, 3 on target, and Bournemouth with 8 shots, 3 on target, 3 of those in the back of the net. So at the end of it, it was very, very level in terms of all the stats, with the most important one being 3 goals in favor of Bournemouth, 2 for Nottingham Forest. So, look, we are definitely going to move on, but let me check the lineup to see if, Steve Cook coming up against his old team there. There were actually 2 Cooks on the field. Lewis Cook and Steve Cook used to be in the same team, the Bournemouth team as well. Adam Smith's been around. I think he celebrated a milestone there in this game as well. So, look, great result for Bournemouth, man. Great result. Ryan Fredericks got to run out. He's been injured for some time. Kiefer Moore, Jaden Anthony. And, got to give it to Neto in goal. Though I think the conscious decision to actually take Travers out of the firing line and put Neto in there actually is proven to be a very, very good one. So look, Taiwo Owani, man, I have to mention this. It almost slipped through the cracks, man. Taiwo Owani had a great chance to equalize. Great chance. The goalkeeper had went walkabout and the ball was there to put in the back of the net, but Owani swiveled and he had more time than he thought and he put the ball wide. So that was a situation where could have definitely leveled the game and walk away with something, but they walk away with no points from this game. So look, in terms of the 2 teams, Bournemouth, their next game will be against Brighton. So Premier League games are very hard to predict, man, because one day Bournemouth's getting 9-0. The next day, they coming back from 2-0 down to win the game 3-2. You know what I mean? So, man, very, very difficult to predict, very difficult to analyze as well. So, they do have Newcastle coming up, followed by a game against Brentford. So, in terms of Nottingham Forest, so Bournemouth are 13th. Forest are actually 19th with 4 points, 1 win and a draw. Their next game is against Leeds United. So both teams, they're coming off of losses. That'll be a good clash. They do also have a game against Fulham, followed by another one against Leicester and Villa. So they're playing against some teams that are not doing the greatest in their next upcoming games. So ideal for them to pick up, valuable points. Will it happen? It's left to be seen. So big up to everybody in the stream. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. We have Randall Brown saying, it is Forest that made a whole side in the transfer window. And let me see. I've always wanted Billing at Liverpool since their last time in the Prem. Okay, you like Billing. All right. Okay. I think Billing's from like Denmark or something. It's kind of weird. Or Norway, one of them places. Let me check the flags really quick. Billing is he's from Denmark. Yeah, it's kind of weird nationality, right? For a player like him. So Donovan is saying Forest going straight back down. It's only been 6 matches and Forest signings have not gelled. So wait until it's maybe match week 15 to predict them going down. Okay, fair enough. But it might be too late by then. You know what I'm saying? Might definitely be too late. They might get their stuffing knocked out. Might be too late. So look, what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep it moving. We got a lot of matches to talk about. And let us talk about this 0-0 draw between Crystal Palace and Newcastle United. Look, I can't even remember if I watched the highlights for this one. I seen maybe a glimpse or 2, but I can't remember anything from when it comes to this game. 0-0. I did predict a draw for this one the last time I checked. Let me just double check really quick This is one of the predictions I got right, and I analyzed this one pretty well. 1-1 draw I predicted. It ended in a 0-0 draw because I just had a feeling that both teams, who started the season well, they weren't able to, they're not going to be able to separate themselves, and it ended in a stalemate, one of two 0-0 draws this weekend. So I think it's a fair result. One, negative here. I see that Alexander Isak did go off injured, which is not a good thing. I think I was actually watching a little bit of this game. I think I was. Tyreek Mitchell came off in the 63rd minute. I think I was watching a little bit of this game from what I could recall though. But it's very vague in my memory though. Very, very, very vague. But look, you could obviously see that this Newcastle team is struggling a bit without Alan St. Maximin and Callum Wilson. Because these players are the brightest stars on the team. And Isaac coming in is a good replacement for now for Callum Wilson. It's going to be interesting. Oh, not really. I think what's going to happen when Callum Wilson is fit, Isaac's going to get pushed over to the left or the right, I think. Well, he should be pushed over to the right along with St. Maxima fit over on the left. Almiron will have to drop to the bench. I think that's actually what's going to happen. A bright spot here for Newcastle lately, in my opinion, it has been the inclusion and the introduction of this young player by the name of Elliot Anderson, who I think's coming through the ranks very, very, very well. So let's keep an eye on that kid, Elliot Anderson. But overall, not much really to talk about here when it comes to this game. I could swear I wrote something down. I was actually making some notes when I was watching the highlights here, and yeah, it's not for any of those games though. I was actually I think I touched on most things when it comes to the Bournemouth Forest game. But I have two more games that I was watching the highlights and I wrote down, so I have some more things to actually. Hopefully, I remember to touch on these things. But yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, not much to really talk about when it comes to this one, to be honest, man. If anybody has anything to say when it comes to this match, please feel free to share. And you know what I was thinking? I was actually thinking, man, that if there's anybody who want to jump on the stream to share their thoughts, you could actually do that. You know what I mean? I won't mind having somebody come and join me from time to time. I think I need to start having you guys involved a bit more into the live streams. Oh, a VAR decision. Let me jog my memory here. Was it this game? Was it this Newcastle game? There was a VAR decision. I know of the West Ham game, and I'm trying to remember which VAR decision you guys are talking about when it comes to this one, though. Remind me, because I know about the other VAR decisions, but a VAR decision in this game. Oh, yeah. Now I'm remembering Tyreek Mitchell pushing Joe Willock onto the goalkeeper. Yep. And the goal went in, and then they actually reviewed it. Yep. Now I'm remembering, man. So Tyreek Mitchell, and I think that's why Tyreek Mitchell was actually taken off afterward. Like, eventually, Tyreek Mitchell was taken off because, he was not having the best of games, I think. So, look, and he has been struggling with injury lately, though. So I'm mad. I know I saw something. I know I actually, saw this. I knew that, but the fact that I watched the highlights yesterday and I didn't do the live stream like directly after I saw the highlights, tend to forget things. You know what I mean? So definitely that was another call. Look, my opinion on that. I saw it. I think I actually saw it when the game was live, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a tricky one because with Tyreek Mitchell pushing Joe Willock and then pushing Joe Willock into the goalkeeper, and then the ball ended up in the back of the net. I think it hit Joe Willock and went in. Was that actually Joe Willock's fault for not for the Tyreek Mitchell push? You see what I'm saying? That was a whole talking point around that. And would the goalkeeper have gotten it And the fact that it was Crystal Palace player pushed the Newcastle player into the goalkeeper. The goal, I think the goal should have stood because it wasn't the Newcastle player's fault why he was pushed into the goalkeeper. You see what I'm saying? So that one was a tricky one. And the refereeing, PGMOL, I think it's called, or something like that, they came out and said that, yeah, there's been some VAR mistakes. There's been some errors and I don't think it's VAR itself, because VAR could be a good thing. It's just an interpretation of the laws and how it applies to the situation in the game. And I think that's what we actually getting wrong. Yes, and Isaac did miss the 1v1 there as well. So yeah, I could definitely remember that. So you got to give credit to the goalkeeper there for pulling off that save. I did remember that as well. So, look, in these 0-0 matches, there's chances. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to remember every single chance unless I write it down. But you could see both teams had tons of chances to score. But it's the goalkeepers that came up trump under it. Nick Pope has been massive for Newcastle this season. And that's what? 19 shots at goal, 9 on target, none in the back of the net. 23 shots for Newcastle, 6 on target, none in the back of the net. So both goalkeepers were doing their thing on the day. And at the end of the day, I think that's what resulted in a 0-0 draw, because the game could have went anyway and both teams walk away with a point apiece. So look, VAR, I know the Newcastle fans would feel like they should have won the game eventually, but you might say, okay, what if they had scored? Maybe Crystal Palace would have scored too. You see what I'm saying? So just to let me just pull this game up. So let me see what the notes was for this incident actually, and because we don't want to misinterpret things as well. So let me just scroll down here, and this happened. Let me see when this happened. This had to happen around. Let me see when this happened. Let me pull this back a bit. It happened before Tyreek Mitchell went off. So, okay. Let me see something. All right. So, 53rd minute. So, it says no goal. VAR has looked at the foul by Willock and on Guaita, and the midfielder did crash into the goalkeeper. It looked like Mitchell gave Willock a push in the back, but the referee goes over to the monitor and the goal is ruled out. So, that is what it is. So initially was like own goal. It's another brilliant delivery from Trippier to the far post on the free kick, and Botman rises highest to nod it back across goal, and Willock crashes into Guaita as he goes for it, and the ball hits Mitchell's shoulder and loops into the bottom corner, but VAR is having a look at this. So it should have stood based on the fact that Tyreek Mitchell actually pushed Joe Willock into the goalkeeper. So that's why the goal should have stood. Because Joe Willock had no fault. He was not at fault. And it was all a comedy of errors by Tyreek Mitchell. And the ball hit his shoulder and went in. So the goal should have definitely stood, though. So, yeah. So, look, what we're going to do, we're going to definitely move on from this one. So, 1 point apiece. I think both managers should be satisfied. It's progress. But, it's a game where easily any one of these teams could have walked away with all 3 points. So, in terms of the table, for Newcastle, they're 11th with 7 points. Not a bad start. Their next game is against West Ham United on the road, followed by a match against Bournemouth, then Fulham. So, some games that's going to test Newcastle. They do have Brentford coming up as well. So, 4 very, very good fixtures, and they would feel like the one against Crystal Palace they could have won. So they got to make amends in the others that's coming up pretty soon. So in terms of Crystal Palace, they're 15th with 6 points, 3 draws, and a win. Not a bad start at all by Vieira's men. And in terms of their next game, they play Man United at Selhurst Park, an in-form Man United, and then an in-form Brighton. And the Chelsea team were not doing too bad either. You know what I'm saying? Even though they had some so-so results, they're not doing too bad. So a big test to come, definitely, for Crystal Palace. So let's move on, man. Let's move on. Nothing really to talk about. We touched most on the lineups already. Nothing really to talk about when it comes to that. And we're gonna move on to the next game, man. So look, big up to everybody in the stream once again. If there's anybody in here who would like to come on and join me, make sure you definitely hit me up on Twitter so you could get the link, Dominic Rich FC. And if there's anybody who want to come on in the future, just let me know by hitting me up on Twitter. Okay, so let us keep it moving. All right. So look, in terms of the next game that we're going to touch on, man, we got a lot of games to talk about. Let's talk about Brighton smashing Leicester to bits and pieces. Was actually watching this game as well, and it was a very, very entertaining match. We had another VAR situation in there as well that chalked off a very spectacular goal, man. And it's just so sad that it happened, but Alexis McAllister did make up for it with a brace. So in this game, Kelechi Iheanacho from the kickoff. I actually started watching this match at the 4th minute mark, and I was like, damn, I missed the goal. I didn't even see the Iheanacho goal. But it's good that Brendan Rodgers actually started Daka and Iheanacho ahead of Vardy, and it looked like it was actually working. Because what? First minute goal. Like, god damn, I did the right thing. And then Luke Thomas with the own goal. Moises Caicedo with a banging goal. Very, very good breakaway and, good setup by Enoch Mwepu to Moises Caicedo. Caught the Leicester defense napping. And 2-1. So from being 1-0 down, equalizing and going ahead, you got to give credit to Leicester City for coming back in the game. Daka with a spectacular celebrations as well. So it was all gravy in the first half. Level. But when it comes to the second half, man, I don't know what happened to Leicester. This team just looks like they just disjointed. Players are fighting with each other. I could see that time when Danny Ward and Ndidi was actually dropping F-bombs at each other. And I'm like, wow, that can't be good at all, because this is your teammate. This is someone who you need to actually, communicate with. And you need to have a good relationship with, the goalkeeper with defenders. And there's no good relationship there because, cursing at each other is not going to actually solve anything, and it doesn't look good to thousands of people watching in the stadium and on the TV. So it's like, god damn. But Leicester are definitely responsible for this, because they just kept giving the ball away, and every time they give the ball away, Brighton would destroy them. And even with the penalty and the free kick, it's just errors, man. Errors. And Didi giving away that penalty as well. It's just errors, man. They were very error prone in the game. No one believed in themselves. And this team is just falling apart slowly but surely. I even heard some news that Chagla Soyuncu is leaving the club as well, going to, I think, Galatasaray. I think that's what I heard. So at one time, Soyuncu was actually valued around 50 million. Leicester, if they had sold Soyuncu when interest came in, I think Man City and the likes of Liverpool and all these teams are looking at Soyuncu. He was playing some great football around 3 seasons ago, man. Guys, don't forget that, man. Chagla Soyuncu, when they sold Maguire, like Maguire who? You know what I'm saying? Look at what Soyuncu is doing. And then he's just, falling off big time. And that's just an example of what's been going on at Leicester City. They're just rotten to the core, and I think that's the reason why Fofana wanted that move to Chelsea so bad, you know what I mean? And with guys like Tielemans, no transfer, the failed transfer. And, I think they're dealing with some financial situation over there as well, where the players on the wage bill and everything is, so I don't know, man. Leicester need to sort the situation out, and they need to do so ASAP, because Brendan Rodgers could definitely be the next manager sacked. He's on the fraud list. Just want to put it on there. He's on fraud watch. Definitely. Oh, Lego dude. Do not even start, bro. Don't even start talking about Danny Ward. Danny Ward is probably the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League right now. Amongst all first-team goalkeepers, Danny Ward is like the worst. He should actually be, he was a second-team goalkeeper. You know what I mean? And number 2 and number 3 goalkeeper. He should actually be number 2. Leicester made a big mistake when they lost Schmeichel and didn't go in for a number 1 goalkeeper. They actually went in for a backup goalkeeper. I don't understand these guys, man. I really don't understand these guys. They have players playing out of position. They then Didi playing a center back, Amate playing a center back, and they're not looking good. Fair to them, they've been struggling with some injuries as well. Ricardo Pereira is out, but still, team's not the same team, man. They lost Fofana. I want to see if this guy Fires comes in and does something to help the team, because they need some help, man. Guys like, look, Madison dwelling on the ball too long, giving away the ball, losing, getting dispossessed. It wasn't a good game for him at all, man. You know what I mean? So they tried. They did well in the first half, but second half there, man, taken to the cleaners. Trossard's a brilliant player, man. I've been talking about him so much, and he's always helping out with either a goal or an assist. Look, the Alexis McAllister, the screamer. I think that was who went in for the spectacular? Was it Mwip who went in for the spectacular and he was deemed to be offside? Someone went in for an overhead kick, and because they were offside, I think that was Mwip. The goal was chalked off for the offside, right? But that didn't faze him. They got a penalty. Alexis McAllister stepped up, put away the penalty brilliantly, and scored a brilliant free kick in the 97th minute there to take the lead to 5-2. Brilliant, man. This player, I'm telling you, Brighton does so much, so much good scouting that a lot of these players are gone. I think there was a lot of interest for Leandro Trossard during the summer, and Brighton were able to, keep that player. Maybe they wanted a lot too much for Trossard. And Alexis McAllister is gone next summer, man. Next summer, January, someone's going to pick him up, man, because he's a damn good player, technically gifted, and he has an eye for goals. And this is the thing, right? Remember, he's an attacking midfielder. And we always talk about Liverpool needing an attacking midfielder who could score goals. You see what I'm saying? And when you look around other teams and you see there's these midfielders bagging them into the back of the net, and you say to yourself, why aren't the Liverpool midfielders doing this on a more consistent basis? You see what I'm saying? So every time I see that, it just brings me back to how, one-dimensional the Liverpool midfield is. And maybe a player like Alexis McAllister could help Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? So I'm doing a little bit of scouting for Liverpool. Guys like Pascal Gross, you see him there listed as man of the match, quietly doing their job, man. And I predicted them to lose the game, actually. So I went for that prediction because I think Leicester, they didn't do too bad against Man United, and I thought they were getting, picking a bit of form. Not the case, man. It's not looking good for Leicester. Leicester are literally at the bottom of the table right now with 1 point, 5 losses. 5 losses on the bounce. I don't think Brendan Rodgers is going to last with 7 losses on the bounce. I'm saying 7 because next game, if they lose that one, you might say, give him another chance. But it will be a Midlands derby between Leicester and Aston Villa. And with Villa picking up that big point against City, that will give him a lot of confidence. They got out the relegation zone with that. And it's not going to be an easy game. You see what I'm saying? It ain't at all. It's not. It's not going to get easier for Leicester. Then they got Tottenham. So if they fail to beat Villa, most likely they will lose the game to Tottenham. You see what I'm saying? There's some easier fixtures coming up against Forest, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace. But who said it's guaranteed that they're going to get anything from those games? It looks like Brendan Rodgers is a goner, man. It looks like it's too late to save Leicester City. And you're having that 2014-15 Leicester City vibes all over again, where they barely survived with 41 points, then went on to win the title the season after. So the last time they were in this type of position, it was 2014-15, relegation scrap. I think that was Nigel Pearson who saved them, if I'm not mistaken, if I could recall, right? So sad, man. Sad. Because this is a team that fought for top 4 2 seasons in a row and got put into the Europa League like late in the season. And then last season fell away big time. And this season, it seems like the fall continues. So hard luck to Leicester City, man. Very disjointed team at the moment, not playing their best football. But as for Brighton, Hove Albion, look, as I always say, the seagulls are flying in any weather. Give it up to Graham Potter. Give it up to his very, very talented team. And the squad is very versatile as well. And it's a deep squad because, you know, and I did put Robert Sanchez on fraud watch, and he did good in the game. He didn't do too bad. He didn't do too bad at all. I know he conceded twice, but he didn't do too bad. Look, just to scroll down on how deep this Brighton team is. Tariq Lamptey can't even get a start. He only got like a couple minutes in the game, right? You look at Estupinian. He didn't start the game. A little bit of rotation. Solly March, I think, had a very good game. You know, he's growing with confidence. You know, he had a good match. And you just go back to the squad. Steven Alzate, I think, was linked with a move away from the club, but he's still there. Mitoma, he's been getting a lot of time off the bench. Billy Gilmore made his Brighton debut. That's some talented player that they scooped up there. And Dennis Undav came on and made a nuisance of himself late in the game there. Could have scored. So they have depth, they have options, and they're a dangerous outfit, man. So even though Brendan Rodgers tried to switch it up a bit with dropping Dewsbury Hall and Vardy to the bench and Amate, it didn't work out. It didn't work out, man. He's going to continue to try new things until he gets the sack. But also, I heard it's going to be very expensive to sack Brendan Rodgers. And Doug and I was actually talking about this, and I heard it's actually $25 million to sack him. So, you know, as Lego Dude is saying here, they might need to call in Allardyce, right? Definitely, man. So Lego Dude also, McAllister definitely going to a top 6 club this summer. Or it could actually be a move away from the Premier League, because let's not think that it's only Premier League clubs are interested in these players. He could get a move to a La Liga team, you know what I'm saying? An Italian club, a Bundesliga club, you know, so you never know. It's whoever comes in for him. So, look, Michael is saying, I just don't understand Liverpool, and I am beginning to get fed up of that shit. Brighton, Munich, says Marcel, is flying. So, look, what we're going to do, we're definitely going to keep it moving. Big 3 points for Brighton and Hove Albion. With that 3 points, they actually stay 4th in the table with 13 points. Brighton are only 1 point behind Spurs and Man City, and 2 points behind Arsenal on top the league, right? Above United, who they beat this season as well. So the only thing for Brighton is for them to stay there. They started well last season, and they fell away as the season progressed and pulled things back a bit at the end. Finished with their best season ever, 51 points. And let's see if they could actually better that, emulate that, or even, you know, get Champions League or Europa League or Europa Conference League football. So for 4th place, Brighton, their next game will be against a beatable team in Bournemouth, another beatable team in Crystal Palace. Then they do have some tough ones against Liverpool and Tottenham. That's where the real test comes in, to see what this Brighton team is really made of, if they could actually stand up against the bigger clubs in the league. So 4th place, and they're soaring like they did last season. So in terms of Leicester here, bottom of the league, 1 point, It ain't looking good at all. Not looking good. It's one of the worst starts ever, I think, in the Premier League, the top flight history. And as I mentioned, they play Aston Villa next, but then they got Spurs. So it's imperative that Brendan Rodgers get results, even a draw against Villa and a draw against Spurs, to at least stop the bleeding and put some confidence in his job, because he's looking like the next man to face the axe. But what's working out for them, the next couple fixtures, they're good. You know what I'm saying? The toughest one in there is the Spurs fixture. And we know Leicester in the past, they could compete with anybody. I feel bad for them. Seriously, I really, really do. So with that being said, guys, we are definitely going to keep it moving. Move on from horrible Leicester and brilliant Brighton and Hove Albion. What are you guys saying in the chat right about now? So once again, if there's anybody who want to come on and share their piece, come through. But it seems that I said that a couple times. Nobody is saying, hey, I want to come on. I want to come on and say something. Everybody's scared, man. Don't be intimidated. Come on, say something. You know what I mean? I do it every single week. Why can't you do it? So, look, the next game that we're going to talk about, let's move on. And we're doing well, though. We're doing very, very well. Let's start Brentford 5, Leeds United 2. What a game, man. What a game. So, Ivan Toney in the 30th minute from the penalty spot. And this guy is a maestro from the spot, man. The way he executes his penalties and the swagger, the confidence he exudes. I don't know how he's not playing for another team. Maybe, you know what I'm thinking? Maybe it wasn't an option. But Newcastle United could have gone back in for him, He was a former Newcastle player. But maybe he doesn't want to go back there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's just saying, nah, I don't want to go there at all. Nah, not at all. I don't want to go back. But what a striker, man. What a striker. Came through the ranks. I'm pretty sure Ivan Toney was playing in the third tier the other day, if I'm not mistaken. Toney. I'm pretty sure before he was at Brentford, he was at one of those teams, man. Let me just do he's only 26 these days. And Ivan Toney, yep, I'm telling you, Ivan Toney used to play at Scunthorpe United, right? I know he was a Newcastle United loanee, right? So he started off at Northampton, went to Newcastle, came to the Northampton Academy, then went to Newcastle, right? So from Newcastle, I think he played a handful of games in the Premier League prior. Then he went to Barnsley. So he's been somewhat of a journeyman, right? Only 26 years old. And he's already played for Northampton, Newcastle, Barnsley, Shrewsbury Town, Scunthorpe United, Wigan Athletic, right? Peterborough, and Brentford. That's 8 clubs. Ivan Toney has already played for 8 clubs. This is absolutely nuts. Nuts. He was actually sold by Newcastle to Peterborough in 2018. That's where I actually know him from. Because from playing FIFA, right, and he's coming up the lower leagues, there's this guy, Ivan Toney, just keep banging in goals and goals. And you're like, what the hell? Who is this guy? Who's this guy with the dreads? Just moving so fast. 390,000 euros was the fee for Ivan Toney back in 2018. Then Peterborough sold him on, because he did well, obviously, to Brentford for 5.6 million. Do you know how much he's worth today in the market? 35 million. So you got to give it to players like Ivan Toney, who had to really deal with a lot of adversities and who had to scrap and just, climb up the table, man. A lot. I mentioned it. 8 clubs he's played for. 8. 4 appearances for Newcastle, but it was at Peterborough, Northampton Town, and now Brentford that he's really come of age. So the guy's played in League 1, in League 2 as well. So look, listen, he's been there. He's been there, done that. League 2, League 1, Championship, Premier League. There's not many strikers who could say they went through the football system like that. I know Jamie Vardy did, a couple players. Even Harry Kane went out on loan on a few occasions, and had to, climb up the ladder to success. But you got to love this Ivan Toney story. And this was one of the best hat tricks you could ever see, man, because those goals, bangers. When I tell you, the penalty, well executed. The free kick in the 43rd minute, nobody move, okay? Nobody get hurt. Brilliant. And the hat-trick goal was the best of the lot. Best of the lot, man. Goalkeeper gone walkabouts. And the loft. Brilliant. Something that Welbeck could have did in the Brighton game. He didn't pull it off. That just shows how quality Ivan Toney is. Brilliant, man. But look, just to, go back to the goals. Toney in the 38th minute and the 43rd. Luis Sinisterra, I think this is his first Premier League goal. He did score in the cup, if I'm not mistaken. And he's definitely been good for Leeds so far. Mark Roca, did pull one back after the Ivan Toney hat-trick in the 79th minute. And soon after that, when they actually thought that, okay, they're going to make a game of this, being 3-2, only one goal down, Brad Mbeumo, who I actually put on fraud watch. He came up with a goal, and Johan Wissa, man, oh man, what could you say about Johan Wissa? He just keeps banging them in for fun. Scored in the previous game and scored again in this game. Super sub Wissa. I think Wissa is actually better from the start, though. I think he is. And just to give the biggest thing I'm going to say about Ivan Toney today, I actually think Ivan Toney deserves to be in the England World Cup squad. Ivan Toney deserves to be in the England World Cup squad. Should I say that? Should I say that again? Ivan Toney deserves to be in the England World Cup squad. Oh man. Guys, let me know if you actually agree with that. Let me know if you agree with that. So, look, Brentford, I predicted them to get relegated. And they're proving me wrong early, very, very early on in the season here, because that's a solid start. That is a hell of a start, man. Hell of a start, if you ask me. Perfect, ideal start. And in the table right now, Brentford 8th, 9 points. That's a great start. 2 wins and 3 draws with a solitary L. That's how you want to start any Premier League season, man, especially for a club of their stature. And when I say stature, I don't mean they're massive. They're one of the smaller clubs, one of the underdogs in the league, and brilliant start to the season, man. So for Leeds United, however, I did predict them to win this game. They didn't do so. Good for them that they're getting some players back fit and everything. But, just some defensive errors just didn't, work out. You could think back of the Mbeumo goal when the ball came off of the defender and set up Mbeumo and everything, and, he did the rest. So I guess the Bielsa era, defensive errors are actually creeping back in, though. But look, some good takeaways, guys like Roca had a good game. He'll feel like, he's building in confidence. Didn't really feature too much for Bayern Munich, so it's nice to see him doing well in the league. Gelhardt got an opportunity, so did Bamford off the bench in the absence of Rodrigo. He'll be out for about a month. And, I like to see Nanto and these guys pretty soon. You know what I mean? They brought in Wilfried Nanto, wasn't on the bench there. Crescencio Somerville had a penalty shout as well. Nice to see him get some minutes too. So look, Leeds should be okay, but you can't keep picking up these results. And something that I actually have to talk about, because I'm seeing the red card and I'm like, what is this red card for again? No player got sent off, and now I remembered Jesse March got the red card. So Jesse March dismissed, so that'll be a setback for them as well. Just like Kante and Tuchel got red cards already this season as managers, he won't be on the touchline for the next game. So look, Leeds did get opportunities. but they didn't take him. I could remember Bamford had a great opportunity. I don't know how he didn't actually score. It was like the ball was going in. He just needed to tap it in, and it hit his heel. And then Mark Roca in the same play had the ball to put in, and he didn't score. So, well done, man. Well done. Also, happy belated birthday to Johan Wissa, 26 years old, scored on his birthday. Ivan Toney as well was on about 49 goals for Brentford, if I'm not mistaken. I was just on his profile, and I didn't actually look at the goals he had for Brentford. So Brentford 52. Yep, he was on 49 goals in his Brentford career, and he's now made it to 50. The first team he actually picked up 50 goals for, where he had 49 for Peterborough before he left. So congratulations to Ivan Toney, man. Definitely big game, and Brentford deserve all 3 points in this match. So very entertaining one, a lot of goals, 7 goals, and Brentford are proven to be entertainers just like they were last season. So just to keep it moving, don't want to linger too much on this one. If you guys have anything to add, please let me know. Let me see if anybody answered. Okay, nobody wants to come on. All right, nobody. Oh, Theodore Grandit say I might come on later. All right, I don't know how later you're gonna come on, but let me know. Let me know. Come through. Say your piece. So look, we're gonna keep it moving, but before we do, 8th place, Brentford, 9 points. Their next match will be against Southampton. They will be looking forward to that one. And I know Brentford are going to relish the opportunity to play against Arsenal at home. I don't think they're going to back down when it comes to the bigger teams, and they're gonna definitely put them to the test. And I kind of feel bad that I predicted Brentford to go down, but still, last season they started well and their form fell away. So maybe I made the right call. Maybe I didn't. So Leeds not far behind, 8 points in their first 6 matches, 2 draws, 2 wins, and 2 losses, even across the board. They're 9th. Their next match will be against Nottingham Forest, where they're going to look to bounce back at home. So, and then followed by the big one against Manchester United at Old Trafford. So, look, in terms of the next game, we're going to definitely keep it moving. Big up to everybody in the chat. Shane Mousse, some at the Longhouse. Appreciate seeing you guys in here, man. Hope you guys smash your thumbs up button for the live stream already. Because I want you guys to like the video. It doesn't cost you anything, okay? So hit a like. Video. And we only got 20 likes so far, guys. I just smashed the thumbs up button to make it 21. So, all right, we got 23 likes. Come on, get those likes up. Appreciate that. Let's get it up to 50 thumbs up. If anybody watching the replay right now, make sure you do the same. All right? Smash it up. So, let's keep it moving, though. Let us keep it moving. We have a few games left to touch on. We have the Liverpool, Everton, Chelsea, West Ham. We got the Spurs, Fulham. We got 5. We're not doing too good in terms of games, though. We only talked about 5 games so far. That's not good. Let's talk Spurs, Fulham, man. I should only be talking about these matches for 5 minutes. Live stream done in an hour. But look, an hour has gone, and I'm only gone 5 games. So, not good. And and you know what? It's the low profile matches I talked about. So it's not like it's the big games. I left the big games for last. And look, I'm only 1 hour in, and it's crazy. It is crazy though. So look, man, this is one of the predictions I got right. Tottenham to defeat Fulham 2-1. But look, Fulham did put up a really, really good fight. You got to give him that, man. Definitely, indeed. So Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in the 40th minute, he's getting into the goal-scoring act a lot these days. It took him a very long time to score his first Southampton goal. I don't know if a lot of you guys remember that, but he's already gotten 2 this season for Spurs in the 40th minute. Similar type of goals. And then Harry Kane in the 75th minute. People are also saying that one was a suspicious goal in terms of a possible offside for that one. And Richarlison with the assist for the Højbjerg goal, of course. And then Mitrovic again in the 83rd minute. The man can't stop scoring, man. Over in the far post, he just can't stop scoring. So you got to give it to Alexander Mitrovic as well. And his goal scoring form, I think he's up to about 6 this season already. So, credit to him, man. And I think if they continue to play him in the 11, that Fulham would actually stay in the Premier League. You cannot lose faith in your big striker. And I think that is a huge mistake that previous managers did when they had Mitrovic at their disposal. Another player I think should have gotten a better chance was actually Joe Bryan. I was thinking, to be honest, I thought that Joe Bryan was about 33 years old, and that's the reason why Fulham wasn't actually deploying him in the Premier League. Joe Bryan was only about 26, 27 years old, and he's gone. He left for I think, where did Joe Bryan go? Did he go to Nice or something like that? I think he went to Nice or something. Joe Bryan, I think he went to Nice. I think he was linked with a championship club. Yeah, he went to Nice. He's 28 years old. I think he just had a birthday too. So it's crazy. Yep, he just had a no. Let me see. Yeah, September 17th. He's 28. He's gonna be 29. So he's gone to Nice and he's already played one match already. So, and that's crazy, right? Can't get a game for Fulham in the league, and he's already gone and played for Nice. They lost that game, however, against Monaco, but he played 14 minutes in that game. So that is nuts, though. You know what I'm saying? It's nuts that he's actually getting game time, but he's definitely a player that climbed up the ranks. I know I'm talking about Joe Bryan, and he's not at the club anymore, but he's played League 2, League 1, the National League, Championship, Premier League, and he's gone to League On right now. And he's responsible for helping Fulham, come up to the Premier League on multiple occasions. And when I say that, I mean that was a 2020 final day against Brentford, when Joe Bryan scored both the goals. And he came up to the Premier League and didn't get hardly had any minutes. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, just went on a little Joe Bryan rabbit hole there. But what I'm trying to say is, if players like that should have been given opportunities. You see what I'm saying? I did see that Anthony Robinson got taken off in this game very, very early. I have to actually look up what went on with him, because that could actually affect his World Cup chances. You know what I'm saying? Because, he's an American international. So he went off injured in the 29th minute. So let me see what happened in terms of his injury here. I don't see any crazy updates, to be honest. But I need to do a quick search here. Anthony Robinson. Let me see Anthony Robinson and see the extent of his injury, because that won't be good. Okay, so U.S. men's national team holds breath over Anthony Robinson's injury. So in terms of his injury, let me just take a look at this, guys. Let's take a look at this article here on Sports Illustrated really, really quick and see what's going on with Anthony Robinson here. So just over 7 months ago, it appeared for a brief moment that Anthony Robinson was hurt. He had just scored 2 massive World Cup qualifying goals, a massive goal for the USA, and celebrated with his trademark backflip, only to pull up lame. Or at least a feign pulling up lame. The whole thing was a gag, and a hilarious one at that. It since became somewhat of a trend, right? But there's nothing comedic about a very real injury Anthony Robinson suffered on Saturday while playing for Fulham. And the left back's right ankle suddenly becomes the most watched extremity in the U.S. player pool, with the national team's World Cup opener in exactly 11 weeks. So only 11 weeks? God damn, I haven't even been doing my World Cup content, and I only got 11 weeks, man. Time waits for no man. The World Cup is coming in 11 weeks. Unbelievable. Wow, it's coming up really, really fast. So, look, man, they're not really talking about the injury too much here, but Anthony Robinson said gutted to have to come off yesterday with an injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious. The USA needs him, man. I like him as a player. So, let's see what happened and see if it's nothing too serious. Okay, let's hope it's nothing too serious though. So I haven't heard anything about the injury, but I could actually let me check my injury source to see if we have any update on that actually. So for Fulham, Roberts, oh man, it's not look good. No return date, ankle sprain. So it's just a sprain. It's just a sprain, so we'll have to keep our eyes on this one and see if it's very serious or if he'll be just out for a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Hopefully for Fulham and for the U.S. men's national team, it's just for 2 to 3 weeks, and he'll be ready for the World Cup. So let's just go back to the game and just to talk a bit about both the teams again. And there I go, went down another rabbit hole, but Spurs coming up with a win as expected, but it wasn't a polished win, not so ever. It really wasn't. But look, a win is a win, whether it's scrappy or whether it's a 9-0. It's still 3 points. So you got to give it to Spurs at the end of the day and for holding their nerve to see off the game. But I got to say that Romero, he had to be a little bit better there by closing down Mitrovic. Played very, very, very lazy there, man. And another talking point, as I mentioned, the VAR on Harry Kane goal. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of suspect as well. And Kane actually went on to score his 43rd London Derby goal as well. So, pretty good stuff there for him. Richarlison did score a goal, celebrated, acrobatic, his acrobatic effort also hit the post. So it was, what? One thing that's crazy in this game is that Richarlison celebrated. His goal didn't count, and he got a yellow card. Yeah, okay, he did get a yellow card, but I don't know if the yellow card was actually for that. It had to be for that, right? It had to be for that. Let me see when did he get the yellow card? It's late in the game. Okay, he got the yellow card late in the game, and the yellow card had to be for taking off his shirt, right? Because I heard the commentators were saying the yellow card is going to be rescinded. You can't rescind the yellow card if he took the shirt off. You see what I'm saying? He took the shirt off. He took it off. You see what I'm saying? He gets a yellow card. It stays. You see what I mean? So big up to Ron in the house, man. Nice to see you. AD in the house. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button there. But I think Fulham showed a lot of character in the game, and they have shown that in the league so far. So you got to give him a lot of credit for that. But Mbabu came on. I like Mbabu, but he didn't play too well, to be honest, in the match. And you got to give it up to for Fulham for their recruitment as well. Let's see how bringing in Willian would work out. Carlos Vinicius, Daniel James, all 3 players made their debut for Fulham on the day. So the Willian signing is a strange one, but it might just end up helping them. You see what I'm saying? Because some experience there in the team, little guidance, maybe do something, make amends for the horrible stint he had at Arsenal there as well. So there's a lot of things I could talk about in this game, guys. Mitrovic's form, I spoke about that already. Lloris came up with a big save in the 87th minute. That was actually, he's been at the club for 10 years. So he actually saved Tottenham from dropping points. So when I say it wasn't a smooth win for Spurs, it really, really wasn't though. So yeah. Hard luck to Richarlison for not getting that goal as well though. So with that being said, not much more to touch on. Look, Son got another start. I'm surprised, but I could see what Conte's doing. He don't want to dent his confidence too much, so he's leaving him on. And he sacrificed Kulusevski, brought on Richarlison. So that might be a good thing, or it might not. Bentancur came straight back into the team. He's Bissouma. I think he didn't play the game. I think I thought he was dealing with a bit of injury, but no. So Yves Bissouma started the last game back on the bench again. So you could clearly see what Conte is thinking. But maybe he's also thinking about the Champions League match that's coming up during the week as well, where we're going to see a lot of these backup players get some game time. Maybe not Fraser Foster for the Champions League games, but still, we're going to see a lot of players, switched in for the Champions League affair there. So, look, all luck to Fulham. I think they played well, but Spurs, in my opinion, were always going to come out on top. So, with that being said, Spurs are third with 14 points, still unbeaten this season. Only one of two remaining unbeaten teams, along with Manchester City. Yeah, baby. So that's a good record to have, right now in the league. Arsenal, as we know, not unbeaten anymore. So Spurs, and I'll get to them very soon. Spurs' next game will be against Olympique Marseille at home in the Champions League, followed by a massive one against Liverpool, against Manchester City. I don't know why I said Liverpool. Where's the Liverpool game coming up there? That game is not coming up very soon. That's since till November. So I don't know why I was thinking Liverpool there. But I swore I saw Liverpool. I don't know why. I should know we're playing Spurs next. I do know. But it's late. I'm tired. And their next set of games are going to be very difficult. There's 3 Champions League games along with Leicester, Man City, and Arsenal, along with Brighton. You got to throw Brighton in there. So I think that all the way to November is just going to be massive games for Tottenham Hotspur there. So in terms of Fulham, they're not doing too bad so far this season as well. They're 10th, 8 points, two wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses as well. And the next game would be another London derby against Chelsea, followed by a kind of fixture against Nottingham Forest. So with that being said, we're going to keep it moving. But what are you guys saying in the chat right about now? Big up to y'all. AD, it's okay, bro. It's okay. Tanya Kishna, hey D, no Salah, still loading, buffering. So, Ron, if you want to jump on, bro, I know you came on before in the past. Let me know. You could come on. I think the last time you came on, you were dealing with, you had your baby and all of that, and you were busy in the Jamaican, heat, the night heat down there in Jamaica. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start bringing on people, you know what I mean? So you got to hit me up on Twitter, though. I'm not just going to drop the link in the chat because then I'm going to have people hanging out in the damn background, not saying anything in the dark, you know what I mean? Some, Ankit from Almighty Blues FC had someone come on and did some nasty stuff and he got his channel deleted and all. So hit me up on Twitter, man, if you want to come in. So, okay, Theodore Grandet, hit me up. Let me hit him with the link. And Theodore, bro, make sure you're in landscape. You got good lighting for the people to see you. And where am I going with this hat? I'm actually looking to get my headphone and I'm picking up another hat. Oh, my God. And, make sure there's not excessive background noise. You know what I'm saying? But you're a young man. You're probably in your room all by yourself, chilling. So I hit you with the link. So join me. Let us talk about the remaining 4 matches, the big ones. Let me hear what you have to say, Mr. Grandet. All right. So we're going to be doing this more often. I think I haven't involved you guys enough when it comes to the live streams. So I wanna do that more often, get the stuff more entertaining. Because I think I'm getting a little boring. What do you guys think? I think I'm getting a little boring these days, man. You guys need a little entertainment, somebody to say some crazy stuff in the background and us to, say, hey man, what are you talking about? Where's Jordan Hyman? All right, so we're gonna have Theodore come on. I hit him with the link. Let's see if he actually join us and hear what he has to say. And if he does well, maybe we'll have him as a regular guest here, and we could build up somewhat of a panel going into the future. All right, so Theodore is here, and let me actually just let me mute my audio in the back here so I could hear him clearly. Theodore, are you ready? All right, so he's ready. So we're gonna bring him on. So, what's up, man?
Hello. It's nice
Hey,
to be here.
All right, so we have a guest, Theodore Grandet. He's out of space wearing his NASA shirt right now. He's out of the world, out of this world. He's gonna hit us with some good analysis, right?
Yep.
All right, no need to be nervous. Don't forget that. Be yourself. You know what I mean? This is easy stuff. Just say what's on your mind and let's talk, man. Is there anything you want to talk about before we move on to the next game though?
Well, I'm a Chelsea fan, so yeah. To be honest, I don't think it would. I think the goal should have stood, by the way, for the 89th minute equalizer at West Ham, but we got lucky
Okay.
for once.
Okay. So judging from your accent, you're American.
Well, I've lived in America for 9 years, but I'm French.
Okay, so where you living right now?
New York.
Okay, so wait, I think you told me that before, right?
Yeah,
I,
Manhattan.
yeah, I think you hit me up. I think you told me that we both from New York too. So definitely, maybe one day we'll link up. You know, according to how the
Yeah.
whole thing, everything goes. But so far so good, man. Let's move on to the let's talk Chelsea. All right, so
Okay.
you're a Chelsea fan. I talk a lot of smack about Chelsea these days, so you should know that. And
Yeah.
look, no reservations about that. I say what I say, I feel how I feel, and I think I'm giving a good analysis of what's going on with the Chelsea team here. I think they were very, very lucky in this game. Very
Yeah.
lucky.
This
So yeah.
this was
Talk.
boring. This is a boring game. Like first half there was like 4 shots, none on target. Like Chelsea, they're never direct. They just pass between each other, with no, because every time they want to cross, but they know that no one's gonna get on the end of crosses. So then they pass it back in the middle, pass it back out wide. There's never direct. So it's always so boring to watch. But yeah, first half was really boring. Second half kind of lightened up, and then after we conceded, I thought it was over. But we got Chilwell with a super good goal. That touch and then that finish was great.
Yes,
And then
Chilwell actually came on, and you got to give Tuchel the credit for that as
yeah,
well, because Chilwell actually came on and saved the day for Chelsea, because he was actually involved in
I,
both goals. He scored in the 76th, and he set up the Havertz goal as well. Good finish by Havertz, but West Ham, they have to feel really hard done by in this
yeah,
game, man. So just to get the exact incident here, let me just go back to that game. Let me find that game. So because I want to just be correct when it comes to that. So there's been so many incidents over the weekend, man. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So look, the Maxwell Cornet goal. That's the goal that we actually talking about, right? And I think at the end of the day, when you really look at it, man, West Ham ought to be blamed, because after Cornet's header actually hit the post,
oh yeah,
Chelsea went down the other end and they scored. And then Cornet had the opportunity and he put it away. But not everything's coming back to me now. That the fall on Mendy, because no, for real. Sometimes when you're talking about 10 matches, sometimes you
yeah,
don't remember everything, but then you start jogging your memory and then it comes right back. So look, that is a poor refereeing decision, because when Bowen going for the ball, Mendy never attempt to
to catch it.
took the ball in his grasp, right? His aim was to punch the ball away, like palm the ball away, and the parry after the palm, it fell kindly to West Ham, and Cornet did the rest. It
Yeah,
should have stood. It should have stood.
yeah, and it's weird. Usually VAR decisions like don't overrule it, except if it's like a big mistake. But that was not a mistake at all. So I'm really shocked.
It is weird, and you're a Chelsea fan, and you could actually admit that it should have stood, and
Yeah,
it's really poor on the Premier League's behalf, man. Because I don't know how we as fans, could see it through a television screens. We could see that it's obviously not a foul. We are not experts at the rules, but we know the basic rules, right?
yeah,
And logically, you could see, even a non-football fan could see Mendy coming out, attempting to push the ball away. And after he didn't get fouled while pushing the ball away, It was after he pushed the ball away,
yeah,
Bowen actually ran into him. Mendy was never getting up off the ground to get the ball under his grasp, and he was never getting up in time to save that shot. So I don't know how it could be deemed as a foul on Edward Mendy. You see what I'm saying? I think it was a poor decision made by Mendy, and the goal should have stood.
Yeah, referees in England are so bad.
And the thing is, they're not actually trying to improve it. You see what I mean? Because you could improve the refereeing by, maybe, who knows, have a referee. I think they did have something like that in the Champions League, right? A refereeing exchange program, right? Where they had a couple South American refs come up and do some. Was it some European games? I think it was in the Euros they had it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's a Euros. Do something like that. Go around, get the best refs. Get the best refs. Do somewhat of an exchange program. Maybe some of their refs could go somewhere else and they could get better. See different types of football and just expose to different types of, situations and improve, because they're bad, man. They're really, really bad. You see what I'm saying?
Like, I don't know how Anthony Taylor has been selected for the World Cup.
I don't know, man. Listen, every time I watch a Champions League game and I see Anthony Taylor, or what's the other one? What's the other young one? What's his name, man? I can't remember his name, man. But yeah, damn,
John something. I forgot.
I can't remember his name, but Michael Oliver. Yeah, when I see these guys, I'm like, no, Michael Oliver is a young one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, when I see, I'm like, oh God, them again. We're gonna have some shitty decisions in this game. You know what I'm saying? So I think this game was definitely marred by that controversial VAR decision, and I predicted a draw for this. I think I went with a 2-2 draw, and it should have ended in a 2-2 draw. That's exactly how it should have ended.
Give yourself a point.
I know, but Chelsea got really lucky here. But also, credit to them, credit to Tuchel. Yeah. After Mikel Antonio scored, Chelsea went behind. He made the substitutions. He made the right calls. Yeah. And Chilwell, because having Chilwell and Cucurella on the field at the same time, Cucurella usually, goes back into center back to be that left-sided center back, and Chilwell, operates on the wing as the fullback. So I think that's a good ploy, and kudos to Cucurella as well for his defensive abilities there as well. But look, if you go back and you check this, I think Cucurella was actually taken off in this game for Chilwell. Yeah. But in the previous game, I think he did that. So look, Tuchel, credit to him. Took off Cucurella, brought on Chilwell. I think Kovacic went off as well. And Kai Havertz came. You see that? Look, the two players that came off the bench ended up winning the game. So you got to give the manager the credit there.
Yeah, and Broja also did a lot in this game when he came off.
Broja. Yeah. And he's been doing well coming off the bench as well. So I think maybe they should have actually put a lot more faith in him and not go out for Aubameyang, but they did. So it is what it is, man. But West Ham, I think they were robbed. They were definitely robbed. And Carney came on and showed what he had to offer. But I think he should have been a lot more clinical, though. The header had to go.
I was so scared. My heart jumped in my head.
But another thing, too, though. Chelsea, even with this defense, Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, Cucurella, when Cucurella went off, Fofana, I should say, the centre-back pairing, the three-pronged centre-back pairing there.
Yeah.
And they're still letting in,
it's
still getting in. Still getting
so
in.
Bad.
Oh, because, no N'Golo Kante to break up the play, you mean?
Yeah.
Conor Gallagher has not been good in the last couple games as well. So, but I won't go as far as to say he's not good enough.
He's not good enough in this role, basically.
Because playing for Chelsea, it might be a more daunting, task than playing for Crystal Palace. Let's keep it real. If you're on loan at Crystal Palace, you play with more freedom. At Chelsea, you're saying, oh, man, I'm playing for, my parent club now. I'm getting the opportunities. Stressed. Exactly. It's too much. It's a lot of pressure. And that's going to determine what type of player he is indeed, man. So, look, What are you guys saying in the chat here? Philip Bidwell, the refs and those doing the VAR checks as bad as each other. Indeed, man, indeed. And Lego Dude, Chelsea were lucky with this win. West Ham definitely deserved a point. This allowed goal should have stood. Way too many bad VAR decisions, man. Way too many. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta see some type of improvement here because a lot of money is being put into the league. A lot of us invest our time and money to only be getting this type of shitty football that we're seeing here, man. Seriously. Even though it's the most entertaining league, in my opinion, it's still, it's still some horrible decisions, man. Really horrible decisions that need to be weeded out big time. But valiant effort there by West Ham United. Nice to see Lucas Paqueta, likes of Emerson, coming up against his old team there. You know what I mean? It was a good battle, but at the end of the day, Chelsea, with a 4-leaf clover in the pockets, ended up with the 3 points. You know what I mean? So,
relieved.
Look, overall, any closing thoughts as a Chelsea fan here? Any takeaways? Anything to add?
Zachariah needs to be really good, to be honest, because our midfield's too bad. Right now, it's really bad, and so and Aubameyang also needs to break the number 9 curse.
Okay. So let's see if these two players actually hit the ground running for you.
How
you feel about Chelsea spending 300 million euros in the market, man? You guys splashing.
Yeah, but I think it's good, like, for the long-term future because, like, we signed so many youngsters like Chukwuemeka, Cassidy, etc. But, like, right now, honestly, like, that midfield's still really bad. We needed a midfield. Like, we need Frankie de Jong.
Okay. So you think the midfield is getting
for long term it's good, for short term it's not as good.
Yeah, you think the midfield with Kante's injury, Jorginho, you don't think is good enough, and Kovacic is just like
Kante and Kovacic are always injured.
Yeah, so let's keep an eye on the Chelsea midfield replacement there, Zachariah. Let's see what Aubameyang does, whether he breaks that number 9 curse, and let's see if Chelsea manages to finish in the top 4, where I'm predicting them to finish 5th this season.
Yeah, I had top 4 before the season. Now I'm 5th. Yeah, I downgraded them.
All right, quality, man, quality. So you're gonna stay with me, right? We're gonna talk the other games, right? Okay, good. So in terms of Chelsea, we're gonna move on because we could stay here all night and talk Chelsea and everything. But Chelsea right now are in 6th position with 10 points. They do have 2 losses and a draw, along with 3 wins. Their next game will be in the Champions League away to Dinamo Zagreb. What's your prediction for that game, though?
I'm going with 3-1 Chelsea.
I'm actually going with 2-0.
2-0, yeah. No, I think we're still going to concede.
You think you're going to concede?
Yeah.
No. Do you think Dinamo has enough quality to get past your defense, though?
It has enough quality to get past our attack. I mean, our midfield.
Yeah. I like that. So the defense is, Okay. Mr. Vorsic. I'm actually surprised no team actually picked him up.
Yeah.
Or maybe, like in FIFA career mode, you could like block the transfer of a player. Maybe they have him blocked. Like, nobody come in, don't ask for him. He doesn't want to go. He wants to stay home.
Yeah, he's hit the ground running in the league.
Maybe he just wants to stay in Croatia and, see out his career there. So so for Chelsea, they have Zagreb in the next game, followed by London derby against FC Fulham. Do you think
7:30 in the morning?
Yeah, I hate. You know what? I've been hating these 7:30 games, right? Because I'm at work for 5, right? So I wake up at 4:30. So when I wake up, I never want to get up, right? Because it's 4:30. So I get to work. I'm up, whatever. I go to work. I work at the airport, so I'm out there on the ramp for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and the game starts. But the time between 5 and 7, I'm so sleepy, right? When the game comes on, it even helps to put me to sleep faster. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like them 7:30 games, man. And I think
is it at JFK?
Yeah, I work at JFK. Yeah. So look, I think when it comes to other states that are like 3 hours behind us, I think
Oh,
California and them
4:30.
states, right? It's like if you're a fan, you gotta wake up
Uh,
so early, man. It's
and
crazy. It's
then some
crazy. It's
people
crazy.
say in England that we're fake fans because like we don't go to the stadium.
Bro,
I
talk
hate,
about that whole thing, right? About the whole fake fans BS, right?
I hate
I don't
that.
understand. People come on people say whatever they want on the internet. Let me just say this. People could say whatever they want on the internet. They can't tell you things to your face.
Yeah,
They just keyboard warriors. That's all they are. So you can't take that to heart and get into any kind of conversation with these fools. Because how are we not fans? If it wasn't for us, maybe the league, what would the league be? If you
yeah,
look around the league, look at who owns most of the clubs.
yeah. Americans.
Americans, even some of the groups, Americans. Look at the viewership in America. Look at who buys the authentic, gear, the kits and everything. Look at who is supporting the Premier League. You know what I mean? All that network money getting put in. Amazon
Yeah,
and where's Amazon? Who owns Amazon? Is it an American?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, people just need to appreciate that the sport is global
Yeah,
and the fanfare and everything is just worldwide, and it's a massive league. Just appreciate. If I don't know why people in England tend to be like, oh, you were probably a fan of City when the takeover.
yeah,
So you see what I'm saying? How is the sport supposed to grow if the fan base just remains one size?
yeah. And then doesn't grow like
What
then that means
happens,
like for 10 years that no one has can
bro?
come.
What happens to when these people die?
Yeah, exactly. There's no
You
one.
see what I'm saying? What, only the generations under them within the family? Would
Yeah,
what if those people want to support other clubs? That means that Man United will end up with no fans because everyone died. You see what I'm saying?
then
So
all the
there's
small
gonna
clubs will have fans because they're allowed to be fans of these clubs.
Exactly. There's going to be new fans all the time. People introduce other people to the sport all the time and they start watching the Premier League and then they don't have a team. And then they say, hey, you know what? I like that team, Man City, or I like Liverpool. That's my team right there. And that's
Yeah,
how the whole thing grows. So this whole thing about the Americans and whatnot, it's a lot of Americans are just discovering football and they like
yeah.
it. You see what I'm saying? Look at like Atlanta, the stadium filled with
Oh,
fans and
that
everything.
I really yeah. That
Come
stadium's
on, and
cool.
come on, man. It's not gonna be the same everywhere, man. So I absolutely hate when people get into that whole thing about, oh, I have not been a Man City fan since inception, but I grew up in St. Vincent. I didn't know. I never had access to watching the football, bro. When I came to America from between '03 and maybe when I went out to live on my own, life was real. I didn't have no
Yeah,
time for all this. I used to watch the World Cup, but it's not until I went out on my own and I had the freedom and I had paid for my own cable and everything, I started watching a lot more club football and everything. So I'm not gonna act like I've been doing this since 1997. You see what I mean? But I've been a football fan since '97, since the World Cup. You know what I mean? Since the
yeah,
since the World Cup was introduced, and then '98. So I've been around a long, long time. But I just haven't been. I never had a club until I chose to become a City fan. You know what
yeah,
I mean? So to hell with all these people, man. You know what I mean? The amount of time I put into this, bro. I put so much time. I put probably too much time into this. Look at the time right now, bro. I'm being live 1 hour and a half. I could be
yeah,
upstairs with my wife, and look, I'm here talking Premier League.
yeah.
You
We
see what
needed
I'm
to have this
saying?
discussion.
Exactly. So let me done with my rant and move on, bro. Look, let's talk Man United 3, Arsenal 1.
Oh my, let's go
What
Arsenal.
what are your thoughts on this game? Let me just read off the scores really quick and then we talk.
Okay.
Anthony in the 35th minute scoring on debut. Very good goal. Set up by Marcus Rashford there, the layoff. Rashford with the brace. Well, before he scored the brace, Saka with the equalizer in the 60th minute there. I think he got a lucky deflection, ricochet, and the ball ended up to him. I can't remember exactly what happened with that goal, but good shot from distance, I could remember. But something like that. And then Rashford with the brace, Bruno Fernandes and Christian Eriksen with the assist there. So look, what are your thoughts?
I read a stat that Manchester United have never lost a game when leading at home at halftime, like in 306 games.
We probably watched we watched the games on USA and Peacock, right? So
yeah,
we hear all the similar stats, and this is very important that we listen to what because you get some good insight. But I thought that was nuts as well, though.
that is incredible. Like, how do you not lose a
Exactly.
single game in 306 games? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, when leading at halftime, no losses.
Last year they probably didn't lead much at halftime, but still, even last year when they were so bad, they didn't lose a single home game after leading at halftime. That's remarkable.
Crazy, man, crazy. So, look, what are your thoughts on the Gunners losing their first game this season?
Well, first of all, I'm happy. Second of all, I think they're mentally the Arsenal players are not ready for this. Like every single time they're on a good streak, they continue it until there's one loss, and then that starts a ricochet of bad form, and then people are Arteta out, and then they start winning again. They're Arteta in. It's like this every time.
Look, we're gonna take a look at a stat right now. We're gonna do things a little different, and we're gonna take a look at a stat. And I just want to pull this up really quick, right? Let me get to the Premier League. Let me share this other page on Transfer Markt, and I'm going to show you something, right, that I analyzed and I found out about Arsenal, and I've been talking about. Let's check Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
And we are going to go to we're going to go back to 21-22. We're going to actually, I should have went to, we're going to go back over there, though, and I should have went to fixtures, right? Let's go to fixtures by date, whatever. Let's go to fixtures. I went to the wrong thing. Let's go to fixtures. Big up to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button as well. Let's go to 21-22. That's last season, right?
Yep.
Arsenal actually came in what? 5th?
Yep.
Okay. 69 points. I don't know if you've been watching my content lately or what I've been saying about Arsenal, but how many points do you think Arsenal picked up from Man City, Liverpool, Spurs, Man United, and what's the other club? Liverpool? So, no, the two Manchester clubs, Spurs, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Tell me those 5 clubs.
So in the 10 games.
Wait, you play these clubs twice, right?
Yep.
So 10 games, 3 points, 30 available points from those 5 clubs, right?
Yep.
Arsenal picked up 69 points. How many do you think came from those 30 out of those playing against those clubs?
I'm gonna say 7.
9. And they got 9. And they got 69 points.
They had 60 points in the other.
How could you get
games?
Bro, how could you get 69 points and only got 9? And there's a proof right there. Let me just scroll down the thing and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, right? So let's see if we could pull up the Premier League competition. Let's pull up the Premier League, right? Bam, Premier League competition. Let's show. And you'll see the stats, right? We're going to go down and we're going to find Chelsea, loss. Man City, loss, right? You scroll down to Liverpool, loss. Man United, loss. And that's the first 4 games they played against these teams, right? Yep. So they beat Spurs. So I missed that one. So they beat Spurs. When we scroll down, this is very important. Against Man City, loss. We scroll down. Against Liverpool, loss. Scroll down against Chelsea, they won that game.
Yeah.
Against Chelsea.
And Man United, yeah.
Man United, they won again. So those are the 3 games they won. Spurs, Chelsea, and Man United. You scroll down to the second Spurs game, loss.
7 losses.
So out of 10 games, 7 losses. Not even a draw against those teams that matter the most.
They're not a big game team, that's for sure.
And here, look at this. If Arsenal had pickup 6 more points against those teams, guess what would have happened? They
Everyone's
would have
third.
came in third. Champions League football. That's the
Yeah.
difference between an elite Arsenal and a mediocre Arsenal.
Yeah, because they can beat all these bad teams.
Of course. And that's what
Yeah.
they've done this season already.
Yeah.
Listen, this game is easy. Arsenal, look, let me tell you something. Teams like Brighton, Fulham, these teams might be a little difficult to analyze this season. Leeds, they're playing well. Sometimes they're playing bad. But you see, Arsenal, they're very easy to analyze.
Yeah.
Very easy. Against those teams, they're going to do well. Players are going to celebrate and, you know what I'm saying, and do all kinds of things and, you know, run around and slide. But you see against the Uniteds and the Liverpools and the Cities and the Chelseas and the Spurs, it's all sad faces. All gloomy faces, despair, Arteta this, Arteta that. This club, it does not have the mentality for this or whatnot. And that's exactly what happened. I predicted this. Arsenal, let's just go to their fixtures. We're going to talk Man United pretty soon, right? Let's go to their 2022-23 fixtures, and we see an example of that. And we're going to see how Arsenal are going to start falling off. The next game is against Everton. It's not guaranteed they're going to win that.
And
Everton's
they got Europe in between, so like
exactly. And last season they didn't have the Europa League. Exactly. Now they have the Europa League, right? The big game against Spurs is a home game, but the Spurs and Liverpool games are back-to-back. Not going to win both of them. Then they have the Man City game coming up and the Chelsea game. So within the next, let's say, 10 games for Arsenal, 9 games, I think. Yeah, 9 games. Arsenal are guaranteed to lose 1, 2, 3, at least 4 of those games. Down to earth.
At least they got a trophy for the first 7 games of the season for their fans.
Down to earth, bro. Grounded. Yeah. That's what's going on at Arsenal right now. Look, I think it's a fan base that's yearning. They're yearning for something. Because if you check Arsenal, right, in their Premier League record, you go back to their titles, they haven't won since the invincible season, bro. And it's weird. It's absolutely weird. How could you go from doing those titles under Wenger? What, 3 Wenger, titles there? The invincible title, and then not win another one after that. That's kind of that was like, God damn. I think after that they became like FA Cup and League Cup specialists. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not the League Cup, but the FA Cup. FA Cup. They won the FA Cup about 5 times after that. You know what I'm saying? So Arsenal, man, that's Arsenal for you. When we thought that they were going to do, anybody who thought that Arsenal were going to win the title this season or even go in for the title race, they're wrong. Lego Dude says Rashford hurt. Huh? What did you say?
Some people thought they were going to go invincible. Well, some Arsenal fans, because they had won 6 in a row.
People were already talking invincible. I can't believe this. You know what I'm saying? But Lego Dude said I was calling him Trashford again. Well, everyone's been calling him Trashford because, you know, he's not been good. And just to go right back to Marcus Rashford and Manchester United, we're going to go all the way back there to what was actually, we're going to come full circle on that one. And you got to give credit to United because I think that Liverpool win just give them that confidence that they needed, man, because losing to Brentford and Brighton, that was poor stuff. Very, very poor. And you could see what Ten Hag did. Ten Hag switched up his 11. He took players out the firing line.
Maguire.
Exactly. Maguire, he took him out. He took out Luke Shaw as well. Luke Shaw is not getting back in the team unless it's a
Malaysia's really good.
Exactly. Maybe it might be a Europa League match. He might end up playing, or a League Cup game or FA Cup game, but he's not starting in the Premier League anymore. Malacia is going to play every game because as soon as I saw Malacia, I was like, wow, hell of a player. I knew of him. I remember when he used to have the long hair and everything for Feyenoord.
Yeah.
But Malacia,
and he had a good run last year with Feyenoord.
He's a hell of a player, man. Yeah. He is a hell of a player, and it's a goodbye.
Usually for these types of players, it's hard to adapt but he's done it
Yeah,
great.
yeah, he's hit the ground running. He's very feisty. He's, you know what I mean, he's fast, he's intelligent, you know. So ask Mo Salah if you don't believe me. And you know, he's been very good. He's been very, very good. Martinez bounced back after the poor start, so you got to give him to him. He
Yep.
bounced back so hard that he was voted Man United's Player of the Month for August. Yeah, so that's something I actually have to do as well for my preview. I gotta go and look up who was a player of the month for each of the 20 clubs. Share that information with you guys as well. So, you know, once again, big up to everybody watching the stream. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Would definitely appreciate that. Appreciate Theodore for staying on with me talking about these games. We got two more games to talk about, but just to finish this off, you know, the passing was very good by United in this game. Bruno Fernandes and Christian Eriksen linking up very well for those goals. Anthony hit the ground running, was taken off in the 58th minute, deserved the standing ovation and everything. And as a new player at a club, that's exactly what you need. You know what I mean? Jadon Sancho didn't have the best of games,
Oh yeah.
but you could see that, you know, you could see the quality that United possess now. Even though I'm a City fan, I have to analyze the game in an unbiased way. You know, even though I don't like United, and I would like if they lose every game. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's nice to see them compete, but still ended up not winning the title. You see what I'm saying? And if they do compete and there's a Man City, Man United title race, that would be very, very entertaining this season as well. So we had Cristiano Ronaldo coming off the bench as well. Harry Maguire even got a run out. And with 5 subs, you know, Fred, Casemiro, they got to touch the field. And, I was talking about Victor Lindelof. He was on the bench. I thought he was, you
Yeah.
know, he was MIA for some time. You see
Yeah.
Newman Dubravka there as well. And Ilanga must feel like a very unlucky guy because he's been playing well. And with Anthony, you know, Ilanga got to take the back seat right now. So, you know, so very impressive though. You know, they played well and they'll only continue to do well with this confidence, man. Seriously, because they
They're
got the
starting to get
quality.
scary now.
Huh?
They're starting to get scary.
Yeah, because look, you got to keep it real, man. And I did talk about them before in my live stream. You know, Dallo is playing well. Varane is now getting to the heights of when he was at. Yeah, the team is gelling. Yeah, you can't. There's no denying this. Rival fan or not, you can't deny that.
But the Arsenal highline was completely ridiculous. Like they had the whole half open. They tried to be Liverpool.
Confidence, man. You know, when you're overconfident, you know, and you think you know 5 wins in 5 games. You know what do you think about the disallowed goal though? The Martinelli, that was a Martinelli goal that was disallowed.
Yeah, well the foul was like quite a bit before.
No, but
like,
still, was it a foul?
Yeah,
it was a foul.
But yeah,
people are saying that it was soft or what, but it was a foul.
I saw some incidents like on Twitter where they were showing like red. There should have been red cards for Arsenal, like one where the high foot on like the high the high boot on, I forgot what player from Arsenal, but that should have been red card. The one where
by who? Jesus, I think I slightly remember something like that. Though.
Jesus like kicked Lisandro Martinez also.
Yeah. I can't remember everything, but you know what I mean. Also the refs said that they're trying to not call for every little foul and everything, but that Odegaard foul on Eriksen was definitely a foul though.
That was a foul, yeah.
That was a foul. That was a controversial moment in the game when Arsenal has scored, and it could have, if that goal had stood, it could have been a different outcome there. Yeah.
But the pass by Fernandes for the first Rashford goal was.
Yeah, the passing was exquisite though.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes and Christian Eriksen did well. And even in the third goal, when Eriksen was actually making a run to square the ball, that was good. Arsenal defense way too high. I don't know what they're doing at the halfway mark, but you know,
Ben White is slow. It's so slow.
You know, they were caught out. And Zinchenko and these guys, you know what I mean? You know, he was taken off, but defensively, he's not the best as well.
Exactly. He's like great attacking wise, but
defensively
at one point
is where he definitely suffers a little bit. So look, Arsenal, I thought I predicted a 2-2 draw. I didn't think they were gonna get blown out like how they did, but they came back down to earth after this loss, man. So
so
they tried to get back in the game, but just after equalizing, they conceded back.
yeah.
2 goals there by Marcus
Yeah,
Rashford.
I
And
thought they might have won, but like I saw the stat just after they scored, so I was like, surely not. They're not gonna win since Man United never lost at home. But after leaving at halftime, but like I thought it was gonna be a draw after they scored.
well, look, they dominated possession, 16 shots, 3 on target, but you could see
Yeah.
United's plan. United don't mind playing without the
Counter.
ball, if you don't realize, and they love to counter attack and everything. So, I think Arsenal's, fall right into their hands, and United
Yeah.
run to a
With
3-1
Solskjaer,
win.
they always win counterattack.
Yep. So big win, man. And you got to give credit to Ten Hag because look, after the first 2 games, we were laughing at them.
That was bad.
We were definitely laughing at United. We were like, back to the same old United, new manager, new players, same old. But, the big changes, even keeping Ronaldo on the bench as well, it's proven to work. And they would continue to, deploy that whole plan. And with Rashford playing well, Sancho not too bad, Anthony, these guys are going to start games. You know what I'm
they've
saying?
always had a great team, but like the players were not playing. Like Rashford was.
Yeah,
was really
they've had individuals.
Yeah,
they had individuals, but they haven't been playing as a team.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the players who you expect to step up, they weren't. Guys like Rashford, Pogba, Sancho last season. And there's a few guys that could have to be accountable for the failures of Man United in the past.
Ryan also last year was bad.
Yeah, very, very horrible. So look, good game, very, very entertaining one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to give credit to United. That's 4 wins on the bounce, and the big question is, who's gonna stop them? You see? Because their next game, Europa League against Sociedad, they've jumped all the way up to 5th in the. They jumped to 5th. I don't care what they do in the Europa League, really. But, let's see what happens with them against Crystal Palace, followed by Leeds. And the crazy thing about it, these are games that I think they might just go on to win.
Yeah, I think they're going to win both. Like,
they have Manchester.
after the first 2 games, they were going to lose. Like, after the first 2 games, you'd think they'd lose those games.
Yeah. You thought that they were going to get beaten by Liverpool. Yeah. Arsenal might pick up a point against them, but they pulled through, man. The big test now comes in the Manchester derby, October 2nd. That is the big test.
If they continue to win, that game is going to be massive.
Yeah, but it's gonna be tough as well for them to, But they're also capable of doing it. They've done it, and they've done it. You see what I'm saying? So they pick points off City. So I don't know. When are we actually gonna start talking about Man United being possible title challengers this season?
If they win that game, then
Yeah. If they keep winning like they've been winning, the talk is gonna start coming in.
Yeah,
we're gonna start hearing the talk about, are they gonna be a Manchester title race this season? Because Liverpool are not doing well so far. We talk about them soon. Arsenal could fall away. Chelsea, they're hot and cold. Tottenham, they're steady, but we don't know if they're gonna, stay in with the race. You know what I mean? So
right now, I see Man City quite run away with it, but let's see,
bro. I don't know, man. Listen, bro. From what I saw in the last game that we actually gonna get into. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. But guys, we got 39 thumbs up. Make sure you smash the like button for the video. Let's see if we could get to 50. If you're now joining, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. All right. So look, what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep it moving. But before we do, in terms of Man United, we talk about who they play next. Arsenal, their next game will be against Zurich in the Europa League, followed by the match against Everton. Then they do have Brentford and then Spurs. So they would have to bounce back. And then they got Liverpool coming up. They got 2 games in their next 4 that, they could easily lose. But those games, luckily for them, it will be at home. And let's see if, it would work out. It would work out in their favor there. So good luck. Good luck to the Gunners, man. So look, let us talk about this game. Everton 0, Liverpool 0.
That was a 7:30 game.
Yeah, to be honest, bro, in the first half of this game, I did fall asleep a little. I'm gonna keep it real. I fell asleep. You know what I mean? I woke up. I was like, "Oh shit, what's going on?" And I think like between like the 65th and the 50th minute, I kind of dozed off again. I was like, "Oh god, this game is so boring." You
Yeah.
know, I think when I woke up from my little nap, I think it was an incident where Pickford had saved the shot from one time when I woke up. I can't remember exactly when it happened, but I didn't even write. I didn't even write notes down. I usually write down notes for these games, the Liverpool and the City game. You know, I didn't write anything down this week, and yeah, I kind of got out of my little dream there when Pickford saved the Darwin Núñez shot onto the post, and then Luis Diaz hit the woodwork again. So look, my thoughts on this game, you know, from what I saw in the game, which is majority of the game I did see. I think, you know, both teams had a bit of luck going for them, and at the same time a little bit of bad luck,
Yeah. Exactly.
because Everton could have easily scored. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? From that effort that Tom Davies ended up smashing into the post. Allison pulled off some big saves in the game as well, and also Pickford was massive in the game. Massive. When I talk about massive, you know, remember last season he single-handedly kept them
Oh
up with
yeah.
some of those, you know, goal-saving incidents there, and it was like double saves, you know, bam and
Pickford's
bam.
usually very good in like big games.
And I don't know why he gets so much stick though. People say he's not that good, he's not
Got
this,
T-Rex.
he's not that, but he's a very good shot stopper. You know, sometimes his decision making is a little suspect, but overall, his shot stopping ability, man.
He's always great against Chelsea, and I
I'm
hate.
telling you. What about the Connor Cody goal, the disallowed goal, man? You know, what do you
Yeah.
think?
I think that's good. That was just loud.
It was. You think it was offside?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was slightly offside.
Like
Definitely slightly
slightly,
offside.
just slightly though. But
Yeah,
like
but
Liverpool usually has these like they're always slightly offside because of the offside trap. But like they're always slightly offside with Liverpool. To be honest,
yeah, if that was Liverpool, that might have gone the other
that
way though.
then maybe the lines
You
would
would
be
have seen the green line pop up like onside. You're like,
yeah
oh damn, that's
yeah
not on. That's
honestly
not
offside
freaking
like
onside. But
they
they
need
got
to find
lucky with
different
that
things for
one though.
offside. Like they need to find different things for offside because you could easily like cheat like a millimeter put the line on
Yeah.
a millimeter. Like we can't verify it.
The thing, man, I don't know. The technology could be better to determine whether a player is offside or not. Because the thing is, right, there could be some type of technology
I think
that
I think there might
that
be something like at the World Cup, like that's semi-automatic or something like that. I think I
yeah,
read.
but the thing is, right, the technology, it should be able to pick up
Yeah,
one player from the other according
exactly.
to their location in the field, right?
Like
There
it picks
could
up like
be
touches, etc. Yeah,
no, but look, think about this. What about an overhead system that sees
yeah,
from above, that could definitely draw lines from above
yeah.
instead of drawing lines from
From the side.
across? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, I'm coming up
a
with
bird's
these
eye view.
brilliant ideas, and how can't they think? Why are they not thinking about
You should
these?
like give them to the Premier League. You're gonna be rich.
Seriously, like, you could, a bird's eye view, you could definitely, a bird's eye view would give you definitive, you know,
Yeah,
location of each player, whether in relation or relative to the lines that's going across the field, the
yeah,
lateral lines, right? Think about it. Think about it. You have some imaginary lateral lines that's going across because of the computer, and the camera's seeing every player, and it will be able to determine when the ball left the player's foot. You see
yeah,
what I'm saying? Because the ball now would also have some type of technological advancement in it that
yeah.
would tell you if it's touching a foot or not.
We can
So
even
when the
like know like how powerful a shot is with the
no,
ball.
but I mean though, but I'm talking to offside. When the
Yeah,
ball leaves the foot, you should be able to say this ball is not being touched by
yeah,
a foot anymore. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. No,
Yeah.
for real. So you know exactly when the ball left the player's foot and in relative to the player's location to know if it's offside or onside for real. And I think that's a solution right there. That's a solution. So,
Yeah, it is.
you know what I'm saying?
Like there has to be like.
I had to come
But
up with
like
it, but I don't know if there's a way to implement that. And maybe it's not, this is no idea is original. Maybe that idea was thought of already, but I'm not going to get any credit for it. But if I only see anything come out about that, definitely clipping this out. I'm taking them to court. Give me some money for that.
Yeah.
Because, But look, Theodore, look. Liverpool were Liverpool in this game. And maybe Liverpool fans might criticize the players, criticize Klopp for not coming out with a win in this game. But I have to say, you have to blame Jordan Pickford for this because, and Liverpool just weren't lucky on a few occasions with the ball hitting the post. But the Salah save late in the game, bam, pushed onto the post. The Nunez opportunity, the Luis Diaz hitting the post. You see, and there was a couple more, chances as well that Pickford pulled off some massive saves. I can remember Fabinho with a shot that was like saved like point blank. I'm like, God damn, the ball's not going in the back of the net. So Liverpool did what they needed to do because I could guarantee you with this exact performance, if the balls had went into the back of the net, Liverpool fans would have said it's a masterclass. 4-0 win over Everton. Whoa, we're winning the title.
If they play like this game, like maybe 9 times out of 10, like exactly the same shots.
Exactly. Exactly. 23 shots, 8 on target. This is probably would have been a similar result like against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Everything was just going in on that day. But on
this day, the opposite.
On that day against Everton,
they did like 5 goals against Bournemouth and 4 goals in this game. They would have won it.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the same for Everton with their few opportunities. They, you know what I mean? They could have easily got something, a win from the game, but just I think Everton walk away from this game with a smile, while Liverpool with a sad face.
Yeah, it's a good point for Everton because Everton started the season.
Exactly. But we know that Everton are always a team that's going to give Liverpool a run for their money.
Yeah.
Even though they are playing some of their worst football ever, Everton's definitely going to be up for the occasion.
Everton, I feel like, are better against good teams. Like they get better to they get better.
Well, they play to the level of the opponents a lot of times as well. And especially the situation that they're in as well, it forces them, like when they're in adversity, it tends to brings out the best. And it's just sad that Everton are in this position right about now. But when you look at their results, 6 games this season, I think they've gotten like 4 draws, which isn't that bad. 4 draws. That's the only points they've picked up. That's not bad though. 4 draws, 2 losses. That's not bad.
And the Chelsea game, they could have drawn that game.
They haven't played badly. Even with the 2 losses, they haven't played badly this season. And, as soon as they start picking up wins, then everything will start looking better. You know what I mean? Yeah. But look, you just go down through the Everton lineup really quick. Just some shout outs. I spoke about their defense, that Tarkowski and Cody's going to be very, very big. Nathan Patterson had a very good game as well. I think he had an opportunity in this match as well. I think in the previous game, he had an opportunity. But also in this one, I think he had a chance to square. So I can't remember everything that went on in the game. That's why I write things down. But
Onana is also really good.
Onana is a baller.
Yeah.
And there's something that I got to talk about that also almost slipped through the cracks. I'm going to get to that. But Alex Iwobi has been massive for Everton, man. He's one of the most improved players. I could remember he tried a shot from distance as well. But look, Anthony Gordon's carrying the team. Neil Maupay, I remember he had an opportunity. Yeah. Neil Maupay, I think he fought well in the game, but then the same goal scoring form that he had at Brighton is following him.
He gets a lot of chances, but doesn't
score. Exactly. You know what I mean? And he was a menace in this match as well.
Yeah.
One thing that I almost forgot to talk about is the Virgil van Dijk yellow card that should have been
Oh
red.
yeah, I saw that.
I think that was on Onana, right?
Yeah,
That should have been a
that's
red card. Virgil van Dijk, 76 minutes,
studs.
should have been sent off, man. Should have been sent. I don't care what nobody want to say. Should have been sent off. Should have been sent off.
There's
you go back and you watch
bad...
I'm telling you, man. That's never a yellow. Should have been sent off.
Yeah.
That 2 seasons ago was a red. I remember Aubameyang got sent off for soft touch because it was high. A few players as well got sent off for some dumb stuff. Van Dijk should have been off the field.
Been a red card for less than this. That's for sure.
Exactly. He should have got a 2-match ban for that. 2 matches. And I don't know what Liverpool would have done without him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But that I think was another error made by the goalkeepers there. He should have got sent off. So, look, man, nobody wanted Marcel, bro. Nobody talking about a few seasons ago. We're talking about now where it was obvious right in front of our eyes. Red. Now, that should have been a red. He got away. Van Dijk definitely got to go on fraud watch because he's been, suspect this season.
Yeah.
Very, very suspect, man. Giving away penalties, people dribbling past Van Dijk. It's not looking good.
The midfield's not helped. And so, a lot of, attackers, filtered through to him. So,
it's not looking good, man.
Yeah. I still think they'll get top 4.
Not looking good. So, Lego dude, bro. Calm down with the deleting. Calm down. So, look, man, Salah is definitely on fraud watch. Definitely. Salah. I don't know what's going on with him.
Ever since, the first half of the season. He was great last season in the first half. Maybe it's, the AFCON and World Cup.
Bro, it's the direct deposit, bro. Do you work?
Nah.
Oh, you don't work. Oh, you're in college. Okay, you don't work. Have you ever worked?
I've taken some internships.
Oh, okay. So you haven't been working yet. You know what I mean? You got it good. You know what I'm saying? Your parents taking care of you and things like that. But for those of you guys who are watching and you get direct deposit, when that direct deposit hit the bank account, you're like, woo, yeah, baby. That's what's distracting Salah right now. That direct deposit, man, because he's the highest paid player at the club. I think he is. He's up there amongst the highest paid. He got a raise, big money. I think he's making, I can't remember his salary, but I think he was making 200. You're making 300 and something thousand pounds, right?
Yeah, Liverpool used to not give high wages to anyone, and now.
Yep. Salah, Van Dijk, and Alisson, I think, are the highest paid players there.
Mane also, but he left. Yeah.
Who?
Mane. They should have done it to Mane, but
exactly.
He was yeah.
Do you think that Liverpool are missing the services of a clutch player like Sadio Mane?
Oh, Mane, yeah, he was a big game player. Yeah, I think definitely they do. He was the finishing touch.
Imagine if Liverpool had Divock Origi to bring off the bench in this game.
Oh, oh yeah, Origi. Remember the late goal, 96th minute or something like that against Everton not too long ago. Yeah,
they would have won this game if they had Origi.
Yeah,
forget Mane. If Origi was there, Liverpool won the game.
What up, Minamino?
Easily. Minamino. These are players that they didn't treat. I don't think Klopp didn't treat Origi well, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and he didn't treat Minamino well. Seriously.
Yeah, because Origi sealed the deal in the Champions League final. That's
exactly. Origi was always a bit part player, and I think managers are afraid to play players like that on a consistent basis. Because let's say you have Firmino, you have Jota, and you give Origi a game, right? You give him a match, and he scores. He does well.
Yeah.
You know what Klopp does? He drops him the next game.
Yeah, exactly.
And bring him off the bench. Why don't you give him a start and next thing, bam, you look, he's scoring tons of goals every week. He's now the number one for the team.
It doesn't depth. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen like that. He always go back to be that bit part backup player. And maybe some of these things are actually plaguing Liverpool right about now. Look, you see some changes. Tsimikas came in for Andy Robertson. Trent went off as well, early. Maybe they have the Champions League in mind.
Yeah,
Matip is fit again. I think he came on in this game. We know what I was actually surprised with? It's some of the decisions that Klopp made, right? Look,
yeah.
I know Henderson is
He's been weird
injured.
with the substitutions.
Yeah, Henderson is injured. Fabio Carvalho picked up an injury. He had to go off. But, Liverpool, they don't have a lot to choose from when it comes to the bench these days. But look, maybe I'm wrong. A lot of players back from injury. But prior to this game, a lot of players were out. Arthur was available, but I think Firmino should have actually started the game. He came on and played like a midfield role because Carvalho went off. Jota came back from injury, Matip as well. But what I don't understand is the constant, persistence that Klopp has with James Milner. I don't know if Klopp is fascinated with Milner or something. I really don't know.
Milner has his nudes.
But Milner ain't that good anymore. Seriously.
Like
Milner
how
ain't
35?
He's 36 these days, I think.
Wow.
Bro, I'm 35 years old, So
okay, well, that's very young.
yeah. But in football age, he's old.
Yeah.
I'm not a footballer. You know what I mean? So I'm still considered pretty young. I'm youngish. You know what I mean? So I remember them days when I was in college, man, just the other day, man. So by the time you blink, your hair, Theodore, just, just enjoy the youth while you can, because, you know what I'm saying? Time flies. Time waits for no man. But look, man, I think these are things that's been hurting Liverpool. And this was a perfect game to maybe throw in an Arthur. He was available on the bench. Throw him on. You see what I'm saying? Maybe he would have worked some magic. Throw him on.
Yeah.
Try something different. You see what I mean? But with 5 subs available, that's maybe why we're seeing more James Milner these days, man. So look, Everton, they fought well. I think McNeil came on and played well late in that game as well. They only used 2 subs, so they just wanted to keep it the way it was, and it's a big point. As I said, Everton walk away with a happier team.
Yeah.
This is not a good result for Liverpool whatsoever. And with that being said, Liverpool are 7th, 9 points. 9 points means that they're 5 points behind Spurs and City, and they're 6 points behind Arsenal. It could have been worse if Arsenal had defeated United. They would have gone up to 18. It would have been 9 points behind Arsenal, which would have been difficult to catch, in my opinion. So Liverpool got to get their act together. 3 draws and 1 loss, along with 2 wins. And this is something that has plagued Liverpool in the past, in my opinion. They draw too many games.
Yeah, too many times.
They draw way too many games. And a draw is only 1 point. It's closer to a loss than it is to a win.
Yeah, you got to throw the kitchen sink.
Just keep that in mind. A draw is closer to a loss than it is to a win. So when the better teams draw, it's like a loss to them. They're like, God, we drop points.
Exactly.
They want to win.
Going aggressive and trying to get the win when it's tied, like at the end of the game. Like even if you lose, if you win one game and then lose it, you have more points than if you draw both times.
Exactly. Exactly. My point. So that, I think, is what cost Liverpool at least 2 titles. They dropped. They lost the title by 1 point twice. And what if they had win one of those games, just one of those games that they drew, they would have won. So that's the difference. That is the difference. So look, with that being said, man, we're gonna move on. Liverpool, their next game is against Napoli in the Champions League, and then they play Wolves, followed by a match against Ajax, then a big one against Chelsea. So for Everton, they're outside the relegation zone in 16th with 4 points. And their next game is a big one against Arsenal, followed by a match against West Ham United. So the fixtures are not going to get easier for Frank Lampard, as, he's looking to withstand the pressure and wiggle out and start competing in the league this season. Look, last game for today, massive game, massive result for Aston Villa, a 1-1 draw against Manchester City. And I haven't talked about this game as yet, and this will be the
Mm.
first time I'm talking about it. And I
Exclusive,
am, huh?
and it's an exclusivo.
Yeah, I'm very, very disappointed, bro,
Mm.
because we didn't play well in the first half at all. I think we had a lot of the ball, but we just failed to test Emmy Martinez, pardon me, enough. We really, really didn't, and we had all the ball. We just couldn't that pass, that killer pass. You know what I
Yeah, the
mean?
cutting edge.
And yeah, the cutting edge was lacking. We weren't clinical enough. There was a couple opportunities for like Kevin De Bruyne where it was just put on a platter for him and he just spliced the ball away. I think
Yeah,
this was I think Kyle Walker had it was Kyle Walker had a chance early on in the game and he could have passed it to Haaland and he tried to for glory and he blasted the ball in the stands and I'm like, what the hell are we doing, man? And then when the injury to Matt Cash, I think that was Cash who came off injured, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I think that was Cash who came off injured, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, Ashley Young came on, and it's like he was better than Cash. I'm like, Ashley Young was playing like a 25-year-old. De Bruyne could outrun him. Foden had a problem with him. And I'm like, this is absolutely crazy.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So look, Aston Villa did what they had to do. It frustrated Man City. They didn't allow them to do their thing. And to be fair to us too, we were very sloppy. I think
yeah,
that's the best word for this. We were sloppy. There was the opportunities were there. I think Haaland had a shot in early on in the first half to save by Martinez. The opportunities were really there, but we just weren't clinical and we were just not sharp enough on the day.
yeah,
And I think when we came, the first half was it was not the good first half at all because as the half went along, I was like, what are we doing? How haven't we scored as yet? There was some points in the game where Gundogan was making a couple good runs and we were getting close. It was looking like we were about to score. We're looking good. Bernardo, we're looking good, and then we just won't score. And
yeah,
then in the second half, where we usually come back and we look a better team, we scored through that Erling Haaland goal. And I was like, okay, that was a wicked goal, man. The team
yeah.
goal.
Like,
I actually think I wrote down so did I write any notes? I don't think I was writing any notes for this game though. Because this is yet another game that I didn't write any notes down for. I was just watching the game, very, very
yeah, when
annoyed.
it's a favorite team, you just want to enjoy the game.
Yeah, no, I do write notes, but I was just annoyed, man. I was like, what the hell is going on here? I was really, really annoyed. I can't even find. I didn't even think I wrote anything down for this, man. I was just annoyed watching this game, man. Seriously. And when we scored, I was like, yes, I know we'll get it done. But then, they kept on looking dangerous. They were looking
Yeah,
more and more and more dangerous. And I see people talking about the Coutinho goal. But look, that Leon Bailey goal was damn good, man. The
yeah. Leon
way,
Bailey is a great player.
bro, when they broke, I'm like, this ain't looking good at all, man. Not looking good. And when Jacob Ramsey, took on the defense and then he squared the ball to Leon Bailey and the first time shot,
Yeah,
oh man. And I think, you got to give Bailey a lot of credit here because recently his dad came out on social media and was bashing Aston Villa and Steven Gerrard for actually not playing him.
yeah,
And after that, he started getting game time, and you could see he came to the party here with a massive goal, 74th minute, because we were looking really good. After Erling Haaland scored, we were looking like we were gonna get a second
yeah.
or even a third.
It looks
It
like the
just
floodgates would
yeah,
open.
it just didn't come. It really just didn't come. And you got the Aston Villa goal came against the run of play out of the
Yeah,
blue. I was like, what the hell? But believe me, I wasn't too worried. I was like, okay, we're gonna score again. We just never did. You
yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Those are the most
And
frustrating games.
we talk about the Coutinho goal. I think it came after the Leon Bailey goal, right? I think that came after,
It was,
like
yeah, I
right
think it,
after. I think it
yeah,
was right after. let me just check back the timeline really, really quick
We're
and
like
see,
around 79
yeah,
second.
when that happened. Just roll it back really quick
It
and let me see
was
when
when
that happened. Let me see when that happened. Okay, Liam Bailey scored in the. All right, it's not even talking about that too much though, but
oh yeah,
I remember exactly what happened. Okay, yeah. 80th minute. Coutinho puts the ball into the back of the net, but the flag is up for offside against the Brazilian.
yeah,
Well, before he beat his compatriot Edison. What actually happened here was Coutinho wasn't actually offside, but Aston
yeah,
Villa had the ball for some time, and it was like another phase of play, and then Coutinho, the ball came to Coutinho and he was onside, like
yeah,
obviously onside. When the linesman put up his flag, then the ref realized it. And when Coutinho, I think the City players was also protesting. They probably saw the flag, and everybody kind of switched off.
yeah,
And the
exactly.
referee, what the mistake that the referee made was to blow the
Yeah,
whistle.
yeah, because like usually they told like the referees to not blow the whistle until after the
Exactly.
thing.
But
Yeah,
I think this is a situation where maybe if the whistle did not go, could the City players maybe would have stopped Coutinho
yeah,
from getting a shot off, or
well,
Edison would have actually tried to save the. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you know, it's a tricky one. And people keep saying, some people saying it's Man City a cheat. People saying it's Man City have something to do with it. It had nothing to do with Man City. It's just the linesman made an error, and the referee made an error by blowing the whistle, and
yeah,
also I don't think he would have scored, because I have to go back and actually watch the incident again, because I think most everyone just switched off and he just put the ball in the net. You
yeah,
see? But there are instances where that happened in the past. The whistle didn't go, and on VAR review, it was given a goal. So
yeah,
that could have happened if the whistle didn't go. You know what I'm saying? But people just like to talk. It's Man City. If Aston Villa would have scored, maybe City would have scored another one and equalized, or even gone on to win the game. So, he was
Aston Villa
onside.
revenge for
Huh?
Aston
What
Villa
is it?
wanted revenge for last season.
Exactly. But Aston Villa had that on the back of their minds. I think one thing I gotta say, I think Tyrone Mings had a good game against Erling Haaland. He was
Yeah,
actually getting under his skin, putting him off a little bit. But Haaland with that goal, the 10th goal this season, and that's actually a
that
record
is
as well. That's
that's so.
he's the first
I did
man
not think
since
he was that good directly.
what?
I thought he would like take time to adapt.
Well, you're wrong, bro.
10 goals
You're
in
wrong.
6 games is incredible.
You're wrong. You're wrong. 10 goals in
Is he gonna
six
break?
games. What?
Is he gonna break the record?
It's hard to say, because look, you could have a great start. 6 games, you have 32 left, and he
Yeah,
might go on to score maybe 10 more in 32. You never know.
it depends if he's fit or not. If he like plays them, then I think he
I
breaks
think
the
he should remain fit. He looks strong and everything.
record.
But you never know, man. You never know with these with the schedule, right? Pep has to manage his workload very, very well. But the crazy thing is, as I mentioned, Haaland could go on 10-6, and maybe the next 6 games he get
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That form
And
with
then
strikers is that like form.
the next 6 after that he get 3. So then he's 14 after 18 games, which is great still. Halfway through the season, he has 15. And
Yeah,
then you're like, God damn, we thought that he would have had 20 something by now, about 25. But let's say halfway through the season, he's past 20. Well, the record won't be looking good at all. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So, look, another thing I got to talk about in this game, I think Pep was very unimaginative here, because if we check the substitutes that he brought on, look, Kyle Walker, 80th minute off, Bernardo, 73rd. That was it. Mahrez and Nathan Ake. Why the hell did he bring on Nathan Ake is beyond my comprehension. I don't know, and I don't understand.
yeah.
With
That
with us needing a goal, you have Alvarez. This game was crying out so much for Julian
yeah,
Alvarez, man. How could you have such a great game in the last match and not get a minute in the game after?
Yeah, when you
It's
makes no sense.
it's hard to understand. We had so much weapons to throw at Aston Villa here, and Pep chose to bring on Nathan Ake. I actually have a feeling Pep was scared to lose this game.
Yeah,
And he had a feeling that, hey, if I do anything rash here, or I tried to go for this win, even though we were trying to go for the win, but with what we had on the field already, with guys who already had a feel for the game and not needed to come on and adapt. You see
yeah,
what I'm saying? So I think that's the reason why he did that. But look, positives. Haaland scored his 10th goal. No player in the Premier League era has done it. I think the last player did it was early 90s. Might have been early in the Premier League era or just, at the beginning or just before. But it's crazy record, man. Timo Werner had 10 Premier League goals in his career, I think. And Erling
let's not
Haaland
talk about,
already. Ah?
let's not talk about Werner.
Erling Haaland has freaking 10 in 6 games, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's absolutely brilliant, man. But look, it's disappointing to drop points, but at the end of the day, it's better than a loss. Seriously.
yeah,
And we're not gonna I don't think we're gonna win every game, but if we could continue go unbeaten, that would be nice as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking invincible, but
yeah,
I'm not thinking about it yet. But if we keep going like this without losing, it could definitely
yeah,
be talked about pretty soon though. But look, City got a very talented unit still. We know that
yeah,
transitioning very well with new players, and they're competing already. Remember last season we weren't looking good at the
yeah,
beginning. The previous season the same, and this is one of the better starts that we've had recently, I have to say, because let me just touch on that really quick because it's getting late. I gotta run out of here. I know it's late for you too. You
yeah.
have school tomorrow?
Yeah, but I gotta wake up at like 9:30. It's fine.
Okay. So you got some time still, but yeah, you gotta focus on your school. What year are you in now?
Entering the third year.
Okay. So that's not bad. So what that make you what 21?
20.
Okay. Yeah, man. I wish I could go back to 20, man. Oh man, seems like such a long time ago. Seriously, but look, what we're gonna do really quick before we end today's live stream, though, just before we get into this, Villa, they're in a lot of trouble, and I think they needed the point more than Manchester City. So kudos to them. They picked up the point, and they I think they deserve it. 3 shots, 1 on target. City with 13 shots, 4 on target, dominated the game in terms of possession, but kudos to Aston Villa for keeping City at bay. So Man
Yeah,
City, second, 14 points, still unbeaten, only Arsenal ahead with, by 1 point. City play Dortmund next, followed by not Dortmund, but Sevilla, followed by a game against Spurs, then Dortmund, then Wolves. As for Aston Villa, they get out the relegation zone, 4 points, a win, and a draw. The only points this season. A little bit of pressure off Steven Gerrard there. They play Leicester next. Perfect team to play in the Midlands derby, where Leicester are actually struggling, followed by a game against Southampton. Look, what I want to touch on really quick before we move on is just to analyze Man City's start for the last couple of seasons. So, look, 6 games, 14 points this season, right? If we go back to fixtures here, and we just take a quick look at what City did last season. Let's just pick 2021 competition, the Premier League. Let's see what they did in the first 6 games of the season, right? So, and we'll have some insight on, what we could speculate and whatnot. So, look, first 6 games, Man City had already lost and drawn a game. So that was only 13 points. So only 1 point behind from last season, right? You see that? But a loss and a draw was in there actually. And if we go back to the previous season, let's go to the 2020-21 season where we also won the title. We're going to just go back there. At the beginning of the season, City in the first 6 games had already drawn twice and lost once. So that
11
was only what? That's crazy, right?
11.
So
Yeah.
That's what? 3, 4, 7, 8, 11 points in 6 games. 11 points in 6 games, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
So they've had that start, in so that's good.
So you see exactly what I'm talking about there. So I think there's a game missing here, though. There's one of these games are missing. I don't know why it's missing, but look, second. Oh, and maybe that's the yeah. One game is missing. I don't know why.
Oh yeah,
What did you say?
yeah, it's match. I don't know why it's missing also,
Yeah, one
but
game
I
is
can
actually
check.
one game is missing there. Can't remember what game that was. But Man City were actually after 6. Man City was like third or something like that. So let me see. Yeah. Look, but the crazy thing is, right, Theo, up until
Yep.
I remember when we were like ninth. Look at that. City were ninth. 10 match day 10. Man City ninth in the table. Ninth. Match day 5, ninth. And this is where Man City go on to win titles, right?
Yeah.
Right here. You see from match day 13, actually you go back to match day 10. Match day 10 all the way up to 27. No losses.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah, I remember that run. Yeah.
And then being so far ahead, then you could afford to lose a few games. And that's where City go on to win the title. Very, very
Now I
dangerous
understand what
team.
happened. Basically, the Man City game was canceled, the first game, so it was replayed in
Mm.
January.
Oh, so that's why it was. Oh, yeah, right here.
That
The
one.
Aston Villa game. Okay. That makes sense. It's weird. I don't know why they put it like
Yeah, I
that,
don't know
but
why.
it's very, very weird. But it's still the same point I'm trying to make, though. Sometimes City don't start as well, but they finish very, very strong. So, yeah. But look, man, I had planned to talk some Champions League in this video, but I can't do that, bro. I'm gonna head out and go take a nap. Tired. I have a long day ahead of me tomorrow. It's champions every man. I've been
Champions.
busy every day, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No days off. And Champions League tomorrow. More work to do again. I might come out later and talk. I was thinking about doing a watch along, but these watch alongs could be so exhausting, man.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, because you're talking,
Like
and
you're trying to enjoy the match, like etc. Yeah.
you're trying to enjoy the match, entertain people that's watching at the same time. It's very
Want to eat
difficult.
snacks, but eat snacks on stream is kind of weird.
Doing what?
Eat
What you said?
snacks like
Yeah,
chips.
that's you. It's easier to eat snacks when you have someone else with you. So if like
Yeah.
you're on the stream when you're talking, I could munch. You know what I'm saying? I could let you talk and I could munch.
Yeah.
If and if I'm talking, then you could munch, you could sip something, but alone is very difficult though. Like
Yeah.
I like doing watch alongs and all, but I don't think I'm gonna do one tomorrow though. Seriously. Might actually skip the watch along tomorrow. But look, guys, it was a great one. Thanks for tuning into yet another stream. I was supposed to do this yesterday when there was like more hype over the matches, but I think like tonight was a perfect night for like Champions League streams. But bro, I didn't even put out a Champions League prediction. I have my prediction to refer from. So if anybody asks, I'll be like, yeah, that's what I have Spurs coming in their group or whatnot, or City. But it just doesn't make any sense for me to do a prediction video, seriously, man, because
Yeah.
it's so much effort to put into the video, and it's like, oh man, I don't know. I just didn't feel like it. Seriously. I'm not gonna pretend like I know exactly what's going on with every one of the teams. So with that being said, I needed some time to just sit down like a week before. Everything is happening like so fast. You know what I mean? Like the draw happened and like right after there's
Yeah.
games and there's a Premier League. So I don't have
Yeah.
time to like
Usually
sit
there's
down. Usually there's like
usually it
time.
starts like yeah.
Exactly. So
It starts
it's
with
time.
a break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's time for me to sit down and do some research and get to know these teams. And the transfer window just closed a couple days ago. And how am I supposed to analyze all these new players that come into these teams? Like Chelsea got Aubameyang, they got Zachariah, they got Fofana, and there's people who made Champions League predictions before these players came in. So for me,
Yeah. That's weird.
it's like how could you? I'm not knocking anybody. but it affects the predictions. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying
Yeah.
a team like, let's say, Victor Pilsen, they're gonna get like Ronaldo. But what if they do? You see what I'm saying? Just saying. What if they just
I
sign up a? Yeah. What do
I
you
still
say?
I still think they beat last, even with Ronaldo. Maybe
You never
prime
know.
Ronaldo.
You never know, bro. You never know. But look, man, it was great, guys. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button if you're yet to do so. You know, if you're watching a replay, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm gonna go straight upstairs, man. I'm tired. You know what I mean? Look to wake up early and get to the grind again, bro. So thanks, Theodore, for coming on. Let me know when
Well,
you want to jump on again,
all right.
and feel free to come through, but make sure you focus on your studies. I don't want to
Yeah.
distract you. I don't want this to be your main
No worries.
focus, to be like, yeah, man, Dom invited me on and this is what I'm focusing on, and
I'm
I'm gonna do
blow
my
off my
research.
test.
Huh?
I'm gonna blow off my test for you.
Exactly. I don't want you to do that. I want you to focus on your schoolwork, and whenever you have some time and you have some things that you wanna, talk about, then you could hit me up on
Yeah.
Twitter and let me know when you want to jump back on again, because it's nice to have the conversation, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing it alone sometimes could be very lonely, and it could be very difficult to hold the attention of people when it's just you alone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because you're
And I
talking
don't
to
have
your
I don't have a lot of dad jokes to drop, you know what I'm saying? So but yo, we talk, man, and big up to everybody still watching. Appreciate it. Hopefully sometime I get to check out the other leagues, but right now can't do that. The stream is already gone 2 hours 41 minutes.
yeah.
Big up to George from Bayern now. He said, "Add me, let me smoke you real quick." Now, nah, George, I don't have the energy for you at all, bro. George, maybe another time you could jump on and we could talk Champions League or something. But not right now, bro. I ain't got the energy. And George is a young man as well. I don't even think George is 20 years old yet. So
Oh,
you
you would
guys, you got
get smoked by an 18-year-old?
yeah, George is like 18 years old. See what I'm saying? So I can't keep up with your energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out of here. So Theodore, thanks for tuning in, and everybody who did, thanks a lot. So Dane is asking if I'm stopping the gaming. It's a time, bro. It's a time. But what I plan to do in the future for FIFA 23 though is whenever I come down here and I do like the career mode, I'm gonna just record it. I'm gonna play it like I'm playing by myself, but I'm gonna record it. And when I
Yeah.
have some time, I'm gonna like put it out as episodes and things like that. But in terms of going live, it's very difficult for me, man. I don't have enough like days when I'm free. I really don't. So, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in to yet another one. It's your boy Dominic Rich, Theodore Grandet tuning in. And let me see if you had a name up there. Yep, Theodore Grandet tuning in. Thanks for the company and for helping me out there. Sometimes you need a little bit of help, and you just have to admit that you need a little bit of help, man.
Yeah.
So, thanks for tuning in again. Until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.